All right, we're live. What's up, guys? What's up? It's your boy, Game 27, and we're back again with the Real Talk with the Real Gamer podcast. Got a lot of shit to get into tonight. I mean, a lot of shit, man. We still need to talk about the PlayStation experience, in which it happened like a day after I did my podcast last week. So we got a lot to talk about that. Talk about this community. Well, a lot of these Xbox fanboys that's really getting pissed off over the fact that the PlayStation 4 or the PlayStation fans are really happy for getting a lot of games. So, it's just a typical fuckboy shit. Next, we'll talk about Nintendo. Lots of Nintendo topics to get into tonight. Reggie Fils-Aimé was on the Jimmy Fallon show last night, and we got first look at the Nintendo Switch, and it was exciting to see how that game looked on the Switch. See how it was really excited on how Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild looks. It looks really good, and it runs really good, and I'm really excited to see that. What's next that we want to talk about? Talk about the Xbox Scorpio. Phil Spencer, he basically came out and he said that he wants the Xbox Scorpio to have a console price. So when we say console price, we talking about between $300 to $400. So that's a good sign right there. So yeah, like I said, man, we got a lot of shit to talk about tonight, and let's gonna get into our intro. Let's start with you, Alex.
What's going on, everyone? ActivesiNGaming here, and we're back for another week of Real Talk with the Real Gamer. We had a lot of exciting news for this week. It is going to be a good show.
All right, so hell you got on that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go with you, Mr. Gamer Nick.
All right, this is Nick from Gamer Nick Incorporated. Shit happened this week. We're going to talk about it.
All right, we talk about everything. All right, let's go with you, Dirty.
Yo, what's up, people? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dirty. We got a lot of information for you guys today, so let's get it started.
All right. All right, last but not least is gonna go with yours, Mr. Retro Bro.
Evening, all. Retro Bro here. Tonight's podcast is brought to you by Lemonade because it is not iced tea.
Oh. All right, there he is. What's up, Sinister, man? You came in just in time. Last but not least, let's go and go with you, Mr. Sinister Tar Heel.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Sinister here. Sorry for the lateness, but I'm here. Just ready to roll.
All right, appreciate you, man. All right, let's get this fuckboy talk out the way, man. It's just been so much fuckery that's going on in this YouTube community. You know, we always gotta pinpoint this shit out, man. If I see a lot of fuckboy shit that's going on, I'm going to say something, man. I didn't want to do that video the other day, but I did it, man. It just get to a point that I don't even care no more. You know, I just don't care. Like if I see somebody doing something, just making themselves look like a damn complete fool, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna pinpoint that person. I don't care how pissed off people get in the comment section. Call me a drama channel. You call me whatever you want. I just don't give a fuck. If you don't like it, you hit that unsubscribe button. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Fuck your mama. But
Damn.
Real's part of YouTube Heroes confirmed.
Oh shit! Yeah, man. Just of course, man. A lot of y'all know who Card Gamer. That dude is an idiot. It's just not him. There's a lot of people, but he just stands out in the crowd. Just do a lot of fuckboy shit, and you know,
Boys Anonymous.
Yeah, but it's just a lot. It ain't just him. Just a lot of these Xbox fanboys just so fucking pissed off that the PlayStation fans are actually happy that they are getting a lot of games for next year, and I'm pretty excited because I'm also a PlayStation fan. I'm a gamer. I play everything. You know, it doesn't matter what console these games on. If I get these games, whatever console, I'm going to support it, especially if I like the games. And I've seen that a lot of PlayStation fans liking what they saw at the PlayStation experience, and that caused these Xbox fanboys to get triggered. And like I said in my video the other day, if you're mad about the fact that the other fans on the console you don't like is getting games, why don't you take that shit up to Microsoft or whoever console provider that whatever fits your criteria, whatever. But like I say, man, like it's just they get mad over the stupidest shit. You know, it's just like with us, man. A lot of us are Nintendo fans. Like, you know, what do we do? Do we get mad? Did we get mad at PlayStation fans? Did we get mad at Xbox fans? No, we got mad at Nintendo for the bullshit that they pull. And look what happened. Look, we got Nintendo Switch. Look how that turned out. We all fell in love with it because Nintendo actually listened they actually listen. I'm not saying that Microsoft ain't listening. You know, they did a lot of shit that made me a really happy Xbox fan, but it's other shit that they can improve on. They need to improve on having more single player games if they want their own style of like a Last of Us or Uncharted. If they want their own type of action adventure games that the PS4 gets, then the Xbox fans need to take that shit up with Microsoft. It's like other games, other genres, other variety of games that I would love to have on my Xbox, but hey man, like Xbox or Microsoft, they're not gonna do nothing unless you complain. So don't get mad at the happy, PlayStation owners because they actually bought the console that they wanted and they got the games that they wanted. So man, just cut that fuckboy shit out, man. Just sick of this shit, man. Alex, let's start with you. What you think about these idiots that's getting mad over people's happiness in this community?
I don't get it. I don't understand it. Nintendo fans do this too. Like we've seen. There's a big echo, by the way, but we've seen this with Nintendo fans who are mad that they love the Wii U, but they're mad that people are excited for the Switch but didn't like the Wii U. It's the same fucking thing. But this is even sadder. Because these guys, these fanatics, these fucking loser Xbox guys that get so butthurt that Sony actually had a good conference. Like everybody knows, everybody here knows, everyone in the chat knows, I don't like Sony. And even I watched that show and I was like, that was a good show. Microsoft, what the fuck are you doing? Where the hell are our first party titles? Because a lot of people neglect to mention this or they just mysteriously forget. Microsoft's first 8 months for 2016, one exclusive, Quantum Break. And then the next one was in September was Recore. That was it. That's a horrible start to your year, and I don't want that again in 2017.
And they didn't even buy those games.
And those games bombed. Both of them bombed. Quantum Break was on the Xbox fan base. That bombed. It had a lot of advertisement. But Recore, that one, I put that on Microsoft. They didn't show that game to anybody. They were super quiet about it. So that one, I give a pass to the Xbox community for that game. But Quantum Break, they didn't buy that game. And Microsoft was heavily advertising it. But like Sony, if you look at the first 4 months for the PS4, there's over 10 games coming out. And yes, a lot of them are Japanese games, and that might not appeal to everyone. But Sony offers you exclusive options on their console consistently, at least seemingly in 2017. Their 2017 is going to be packed. It might even rival Nintendo's. Nintendo should, by default, have the best 2017 because they have a new console launching. But Sony's going to have a really good year. And right now, when you look at what Microsoft is showing, it's really lackluster. Like we know Halo Wars 2 is coming out. We know there's going to be a Forza 7, and what else is coming? Scalebound. That's the big one. That's the only one I'm interested in. There's not much else. Like I think there's Sea of Thieves.
State of Decay too.
State of Decay. Like, is that game gonna even be good? Like maybe.
I don't know.
But their lineup is really weak. Like where's oh yeah, Crackdown 3? We haven't seen anything for that in a long time. Where's Rise 2? Where's Sunset Overdrive 2? Where's Cuphead? That's a 2D platformer game. It's been delayed and delayed and delayed. Like, what are these guys doing? They're so lucky they have the third-party devs making games for them. Otherwise, they'd be worse off than Nintendo was with the Wii U. And that's just reality. And that sucks. Microsoft needs to fix that. They're pumping out more consoles and more little controllers and hardware upgrades than they are first-party games. Like, their focus is totally on the Scorpio. And while the Scorpio may be exciting for some people, but to me, I look at the Scorpio, I'm like, okay, my computer's going to be better than the Scorpio. And it's going to play the same games that I can play on my 1S. So I'm not all that interested in the Scorpio. And yet they don't have that many games coming out. Like, I need Phil Spencer to start bringing out the Rare games. It is so frustrating that they've been sitting on Rare this long and they have all these IPs, they're not utilizing them. Like, where's Battletoads? They fucking teased Battletoads. He was wearing the Battletoads shirt and nothing came of it. I don't know, man. It's annoying.
At the same time, quick question, Alex. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think Xbox can do to fix that? Because I totally agree. I would like to see more variety in their games, but we also know that a lot of the Xbox community don't care for variety. Like, there'll probably never be a Sunset Overdrive 2 because one was an amazing game that people didn't support.
If you make the variety, it's not for the hardcore Xbox guys. Those guys are Halo, Forza, Gears. That's what they'll always get. But if you make the variety, that will bring Nintendo guys over. That will bring PlayStation guys over. That you need a reason for them to buy your console.
That makes sense.
It doesn't
Well,
matter
that's-
about these Xbox guys, these fucking mouth breathers. If you don't have a first-person gun or you're driving a car, they're not gonna buy it.
Right.
That was pisses me off because I would rather play a lot of my games on my Xbox, but you know, Microsoft is not a platform that people used to playing like platformers, and I love games like Jack and Dexter and Ratchet and Clank. That's a really good game, and you got Crash Bandicoot, you know, the Insane Collection coming out for the PS4. You know, a Ukulele, I think that's coming on PS4 as well too. I believe. Am I right?
Ukulele is coming to all the consoles.
So basically, like just think about all that, all those platform games I just named get on the PS4. How many of those can you get on the Xbox One besides Ukulele? I know you got a Record as a platform, but what else do you get? That's it.
It's true.
Right,
And then
yeah.
and then like PlayStation gets all these crazy super fanboy games that people love too. Like I'm not gonna lie, like they get games like Jump All Stars and all those other anime games that people would like. And I like some of those games too, and they only come exclusive to PlayStation. Like we don't even get Jump All Stars on PC. Like we get
I mean,
like we get Naruto and the Xenoverse, but we don't get like those type of games, like the crossovers.
I was disappointed that Jays versus All Stars. I was Anthony. You know, you got all those characters from anime, from the manga and stuff, but the gameplay, I was like, wow. I was like,
Yeah.
It's because they tried to balance it. Because if we be honest, the strongest person in that universe are Z characters. So if they had to balance it so that Goku wasn't just beating everyone in base form.
Oh, okay. We're starting to get off topic a little bit because it's really supposed to be safe for the PlayStation experience discussion. We was talking about fuckboys.
there's always about the fuck boys.
Always talking about fuckboys.
yeah, man. Fuck them all. You finished with your fuckboy discussion, Alex?
I guess so. Yeah.
What about you, Nick? I know you just get angry with these fuckboys in this community, man. What you think?
I always say, I don't know what to say by now that hasn't been said before. At this point, I have to believe, just for my own sanity, that these people are not really that dumb. They're doing this because they know that's what's going to get them the views. They know damn well that there's people out there who can't stand them because of the way they act. So they act that way on purpose because they know either way, whether their audience loves or hates them, they're getting views. I mean, that's basically what it is. They know if they try to actually do something worthwhile, like, I don't know, maybe actually talk about positive gaming news or actually play video games, that this audience they have isn't going to watch them. It happens all the time. Like, they sit here and they do their freaking drama videos and everybody flocks to it. And then as soon as they try to do like an actual like gaming thing, like their audience isn't interested. And that's kind of the audience's fault as well, because they sit here and they act like they want to know about, and they like this audience, like they do want to watch people play games. They don't want to watch these people play games.
Right.
They have their favorites out there that they're going to watch, and they go to them for actual gameplay because these people know what they're doing and they enjoy watching them. When they just want to see complete, utter, stupid drama queen bullshit, they know where to go, and that's these channels. And these people making these videos know this because they know damn well they're just not going to be up there with all the actual gameplay channels, so they have to act like a fucking moron because that's the only way they're going to get the views that they're getting. I mean, that's just how it is at this point, and it's sad because, you know, there are some of us who are genuinely trying to be like a gaming channel, and it's the same shit, you know, but if we all started doing like these fucking stupid ass drama channels, guess what? People are going to watch us. But we don't want to go that route because we're fucking sick of it. It's dumb and we know it, and we're not going to lower ourselves to acting like a moron just because somebody might watch us. And there are some people who know this, and there are some people who believe the shit they're seeing. And that's also sad because they actually think these people are being genuine in their whatever the hell they're doing. And they love it, and they want drama in their lives for whatever fucking reason. I don't know what it is, because your life is boring, I guess. So instead of going out and doing something interesting, you got to watch some guy on YouTube act like an idiot.
Yep.
Not my business, right? You want to sit here and go watch the crap gamers and the mooches and the black bonds or whatever because you want to see the drama shit. That's your fault. Don't complain when all you see from these people is drama, because that's another thing I said time and time again. They get mad at these YouTubers and get, why are you always going to be drama? Why can't you do actual genuine gaming? So what do these people do? They actually do listen to the audience. Okay, I'll do gaming. All right, where's my audience at? Yeah, you guys ain't here. Where the fuck you go? Like, anybody? Hey, I remember you said you wanted less drama. Hey, don't walk away from me. Don't walk away. That's what it is. I mean,
I see more and more.
Audience is nowhere to be seen.
It's true. I see more and more
It's
gaming channels on Twitter doing polls, and it seems like whenever they have like vlogs and stuff in their polls versus gaming content, they never get voted to do gaming content.
So at this point, it's just part of the game. You know, that's just what it is. It's just they know what they have to do to get that extra YouTube pocket change at this point, because they know they ain't damn well ain't getting no money trying to actually play video games on YouTube. Like, and a lot of these people, you know, they don't know what it takes to do an actual let's play of the game. You know, you gotta edit, you gotta redo things, you gotta cut shit out sometimes. You know, some people like to put the stuff they do wrong in there, and that's fine, but like a lot of it is just like you gotta like make sure your voice is synced with the video. It's a pain in the fucking ass to do. And I think a lot of them don't feel like they want to go through that because they know nobody's gonna watch that shit when they do that. So I don't know. At this point, I'm hoping they're just doing drama for drama's sake. Otherwise, shit. It's scary to know that there are people actually out there this dumb, and there's more of them than there are of actually intelligent people, and that's a fucking problem. So that's just my take on it. I think at this point, they're just doing this because they know there's no way they're this fucking invested in something like that, because they know damn well, I mean, you say things like that, but then you remember things like people getting mad over a discolor, or the fact that a game is both on PC and Xbox One, and they're canceling the pre-orders because of that. So at the same time, it's like you kind of want to think that they're just acting this way, but then you see things like that, and you're thinking, shit, they probably really are like that. It's fucking scary. So I don't know. Like I said, if you don't want to see these people do these things, don't watch them. All right, that's just it. Like, even if a lot of these people who hate these guys are subscribed to them anyway, just so they can watch them and hate them. I'm like, what are you doing with your life then? It's like, you want to be pissed off. You want people to make you mad. Why? Why do you want people to piss you off? I hate being pissed off. It's a bad thing. It causes you to have like high blood pressure, and you could die at an early age. Stop trying to get yourself to die at an early age.
Over video game. That's the funny part of it. Just
I know, right? It's like, I don't know, but yeah. So just fucking stop them. I don't know why they're getting mad about the PlayStation. It's like, I don't think they're really mad about the PlayStation crap. They just know if they act like that, they're going to get the views, and that's it. Because people see the stuff that Sony does, whether they think it's positive or negative.
I'm talking about like a lot of people that don't even have YouTube channels that's getting all pissed off about the.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that then. Yeah, because they're believing the crap that's coming out of the other channels because they're stupid. To think that these are like teenagers doing this, it's grown fucking adults. They're like our age, and that's what makes it sadder.
Right.
And what makes it even more sad for me is these motherfuckers got wives and kids, and I can't even get a text back.
It's a good old YouTube community.
Maybe you gotta talk about the Scorpio, then the bitches will come running.
4-hour podcast, me just ranting. So I'm gonna close it on that one, and as you were.
But I don't understand. Like, they getting all excited about fucking Scorpio being all powerful, but as soon as you hear a PlayStation getting a whole bunch of games, you want to get mad. Why don't you continuously keep talking about your Scorpio, but if you ain't got no games to play on it, then hey, stay mad. I don't give a fuck.
They're gonna buy the fucking Scorpio if they're not gonna buy games for it. They're gonna be like, look what I bought, and like, okay, you got games for it? Channel over.
Shit, I'm excited to have a PS4. I got a lot of shit to play, man. You know, like I said, two of my most anticipated games I want to play next year is Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh my god, the games look so damn good.
Personally, the only game I was interested in. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say the only game I was interested in for PlayStation 4 come up was Ni no Kuni 2, and there's a slight chance it might be on the Switch. So I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about that, but
Okay, well, I'm gonna get into that later about the games that we saw at that PlayStation experience.
honestly,
Are you still going to fuckboy talk?
in that section.
You still going to fuckboy talk, or you pass? All right, I guess it's gonna go dirty. What you think? What you think about these guys getting all pissed off for the PlayStation 4 getting a lot of games and a lot of Xbox fans? I don't really see this from Nintendo fans. I'm seeing a whole bunch of Xbox fans in this community, not only on YouTube, on freaking Facebook and Twitter, getting all pissed off. You know, talking about, well, I want to play that Japanese shit anyway, man. I still ain't got no games. Like I'm hearing that shit everywhere. They getting all salty because the PS4 getting a lot of games next year compared to what Microsoft is offering. What you think about these idiots?
Well, first of all, I'm happy that Sony is getting more variety of games, because guess what? I have a PS4.
Yeah, me too.
I love a different variety of games. I have all the consoles, so there's no need for me to be mad. I mean, if you're mad because Sony is getting games, then that means you can't afford a second one. You can't afford a second console.
Jealousy.
Because if you a gamer, there's no way you just flat out just hate another game company. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't care what system it is. If it's some exclusive games or games I know I can't get on the other two, guess what? I'm buying that system. Guess what? I'm buying the Switch. Because that's what I am. I've been a gamer since I was fucking like 5-6 years old. And that's what I do. I buy games. And I want to play games. I'm not going to limit myself because my group of friends don't like Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo. So I'm going to limit myself to one console and then talk about the other two and sit back and see all the games that they're getting. And I'm just getting the crumbs. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to please nobody but myself. And that's with fun games. If the games was fun, interesting, I'm getting it. So if they want to be upset and sit back and just, play 3 games, exclusive games for Microsoft, then that's them. You know what I'm saying? You got some backwards compatible games, you know what I'm saying, from the 360. Play those too. But hey, I'm not mad. Whoever getting games and I'm interested in them, I'm buying them. If I'm not interested in the game, guess what? I'm not getting it. So at the end of the day, I'm happy. So they can be mad and raise their blood pressure. Go right ahead. I'm cool. I'm glad somebody getting something. Yeah, man. I don't see the big deal, man. Why why a person would be upset that another console is getting games. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what gamers supposed to do. It's like these majority of these people on YouTube, man, they lost the sense of gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like this generation, man, they don't play games. They buy games just to look at it. Look how this game is, man. This motherfucker teraflops and this shit is cold. Like,
most of these fake ass fucking gamers pop their game in, they look at the graphics and they go, wow, and then they go back to Netflix.
Because this is one thing I don't understand about this generation. We all came from last generation playing for like 7-8 years. And guess what? For them 7-8 years, guess what we wasn't playing? We wasn't playing fucking teraflops, and we wasn't playing fucking 8 gigs of RAM. The only thing we was fucking playing was 512 megabytes, 256 megabytes. And guess what? Those fucking games look phenomenal. We didn't need 8 gigs of RAM. We had no gigs of RAM in last gen consoles, but we got awesome looking games, fun games, and now all of a sudden, when a console comes out, if it don't have these many teraflops or gigs of RAM, all of a sudden the console is garbage. But motherfucker, you just came 3 years ago for playing a console for 8-7 years that didn't have none of that shit in it.
Yep.
And look at the awesome graphics that it had. The Last of Us. You know what I'm saying? Gears of War. God of War. You know what I'm saying? Like, really? Like, now all of a sudden we need teraflops and gigs of RAMs to consider a console, good enough to play? Like,
I always find it funny this generation how so many console guys are obsessed with specs. Like, they want the most, like, the high-end specs, but they you're still on a console. Like you guys realize that, right? If you want better graphics, there's only one place to go, and it's not the console.
That's because
So
people
I don't
like
understand
to
why
waste
these
money.
people are so obsessed with graphics, because you're not gonna.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it's
Even
like
with the PS4 Pro,
yeah,
the
it's like
graphics aren't that amazing.
left on the wayside. They don't even care about gameplay no more. They just care about how pretty it looks.
Yep, that's all it is. That's all they care about is how pretty it look and how many games we got coming. And it's I don't know, man. These I want to say it's the young crowd, but it's not, man. It's the older
It's
people
not.
too that done
It's
fell
the
into
older
it.
guys, the jaded ones.
Like they
The
really
jaded,
done
salty
fought
one, man.
hard. You know what I'm saying? And to sit up here and fight amongst each other, talking about well, this console that I like is better than you. Who cares? At the end of the day, who cares, man? At the end of the day, it should be we're all getting games and we're all playing. That's it. I see no reason to argue that the PlayStation is better than the Xbox. And if it is more powerful than the Xbox, guess what? You will never fucking see it by third party because they're gonna optimize it to make it look the same.
They have to make it to the lowest common denominator, which would have been the Xbox anyways. You're not even going to notice the difference.
Right.
And again, at the end of the day, you can have a pissing contest with your PS4 versus Xbox One. Both your versions look like shit compared to a PC. So what are you guys fighting about?
I don't know,
That's
but
the shit that makes me laugh. It's like you guys are like, not you guys specifically, but in general, these guys are crying about like who has the better graphics. Oh, ours is 1080p, ours is 900p. Oh, ours has a little more textures here. It's like, but they're both vastly inferior to what's available elsewhere. So why are you crying about it? It's just so funny to me.
No idea.
Man,
I recently went back like 2 weeks ago and started playing on the original Wii. I went back and played the collection of Metal Slug.
Oh
No.
yeah, I love that. I got that. I love that.
I got that one. Yeah, the
Went
anthology
back and
one.
started playing the collection of King of Fighters on the original Wii. You know what I'm saying? Like just getting a variety of different, games that, because this generation, I wish they would have more. So,
right.
I get back to my older consoles. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem going back to older graphics. Hell, the games were fun.
Well, heck, I mean,
These
that
stupid
last generation was
graphics
great until now.
Because these idiots are so obsessed with graphics this generation, majority of the games we get are just remasters.
Exactly. I mean, plus
And not even like real remasters. I mean like ports from a year ago. That's what this whole generation has been.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance was a port, and
But I tell you what, this one remaster that really made a difference was The Last of Us. Last of Us remaster looked really good on the PS4. I really did like that. That's a good looking game, man.
I still maintain that one was unnecessary, but it's better than some of the other ones. But like a real remaster is the Gears of War remaster or the Ratchet and Clank remaster. Those are like ground up remasters.
Yeah, that's a remake. That Ratchet and Clank was a remake, and that is a beautiful looking game, dude.
yeah,
I really hope we get a sequel. That's a nice looking game. It's really fun. I love it. I love
like
it.
like I said, too bad the movie sucked.
Correct.
That's why the release just didn't coincide with the movie. It's okay, and people are gonna play the game. It's like hell with the movie. It's like
My
the
kids
movie
like
apparently
the movie.
sucked.
I took the kids to the movies to see that. They liked it, so it's all about what the kids think.
it's like, hey, the kids love it. That's cool, but for us grown folks, like, man, this is shit.
I'll tell you what's a really good animated movie. It was really funny. It was The Storks. Y'all don't know if y'all saw that.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh,
I didn't see it.
That shit was pretty.
Did you guys see Moana? Someone with the rock?
Yeah,
No, I ain't seen
That was a good movie.
Oh, that was that Hawaiian movie, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a review for that. I heard it was good.
It is. It's
I
actually really good.
good.
That and Doctor Strange. My cousin saw that together.
At the movie with all the SJWs going, finally a Disney princess of color.
How dare they insult Princess Jasmine?
And Princess Tiana.
Yeah, there was Jasmine, there was Mulan, there was
There's
that
Tiana.
shit
A whole
from
bunch of them.
Tiana.
Rock Prince, whose name I don't remember, but
Yeah, Tiana's the black princess.
I did hear that the movie was pretty progressive for different reasons, though. Like they say, it's the first movie where a female was actually independent and wasn't.
Yeah,
needed
she was a
for
very
anybody.
strong lead.
Yeah, like she wasn't interested in anybody else but her own goals, which was respectable. So that's
We
pretty
get
cool.
we getting off topic again. You know that, right?
Yeah, get back to the fuck boys.
Yeah. All right. Let's
Retro, it's your turn.
yeah. Let's go give it to retro. What you think, man?
We don't talk about women here.
So my thing is, unfortunately, and I'm gonna go to a dark place with this, but the truth is, it's kind of like a lot of our ancestors told us, whether you had grandparents or parents, that like as time changes, people really don't. And the truth is, kind of like how we're minorities now with our opinions of gaming, we've always been minorities with gaming. Like when gaming wasn't popular, we were minorities. Now that gaming is popular, we're still minorities. And the truth is, it's not that many more people like gaming now from when we used to play back in the day. It's just that now that it's trendy, people want to act like they enjoy gaming. So you get a lot of people that get consoles because they hear it's cool, and a lot of them will openly admit that they're just going to do Netflix and movies and stuff on it. So
That's why
nothing's
PlayStation
really
40.
changed. It's no different from what it used to be. You still got the same amount of people spending money on what they thoroughly enjoy, and a lot of other people just trying to follow the trends. I mean, if that wasn't true, Pokemon Go wouldn't have happened, but you know it did. If that wasn't true, the Gaming Awards wouldn't have had all these people winning that shouldn't have won, and it would be for the people and not just the choices that people want to go with for money. Like it's all just a big cash grab, and any way we look at it, nothing's gonna change. So I just stopped caring. But that's all I got.
What about the fuck boys? You didn't say nothing about fuck boys.
Oh, I'm done with the fuckboy topic, man. That's it. I just had my little rant on how nothing is changing and how it's not gonna change.
All right. Let's go with you, Sinister.
Well, yesterday I was on B Shadow's podcast. Yesterday he was talking about fuck boys, but anyways, but about this thing, and it's like, man, they're just mad, salty, throwing a hissy fit. But yeah, they're just doing channels, doing response videos like that just for just for the attention, for views and stuff like that. It's just like I said, they're just attention whores. That's basically what it is. It just like I said, they're just mad because Sony stepped up to the plate and they didn't. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's like for one thing, Alex, we talked about yesterday in your video about should Microsoft have host their event like Sony and Nintendo are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that, and like. Maybe like I said, Microsoft, like I say, they need to step up to the plate. That's the thing. Step up to the plate, pump these games out. I mean, trying to cater again to other people other than the hardcores. Because the hardcores are going to be tied to the top three. So basically, they're going to be happy with that. But get some more variety for everybody else. Just try to spread it out. That way, you can get up there. Like, I mean, you can do more than just sell consoles. I mean, yeah, you're doing great in that arena, but thing is, you're lacking in the game department, like showing some games. I mean, like I said, Quantum Blade, it was a flop. Recore barely got any love at all because they didn't say nothing about it. And of course, for next year, I mean, Cuphead, we don't know when it's ever going to be released. And Scalebound, they haven't said nothing about it yet. I mean, it's like, come on.
Scalebound's gonna bomb too because it's a Japanese game. These guys don't buy it.
Right. It's just exactly. I mean, it's like, Killer Phil. I mean, yeah, he's trying to go in Japan, trying to establish some business relationships, trying to bring some of their games over here. But I mean, it's a tall task. I mean, it's like,
He's got to keep doing it though.
I mean, yeah, I know he's not giving up. He's determined trying to get that done. So I mean, yeah, believe in Phil, but as far as these fuck boys, I mean, it's just good. Like I said, there's just nothing but attention whores. But that's all I have up on that.
You gotta hold Microsoft accountable for this. Like, there's no point getting mad at Sony for this. Like, how is it Sony's fault that Microsoft's not giving you games?
I know. I mean, just like I said, Microsoft needs to step up in the games department. They're doing well in the hardware. Just it's the software they're lacking behind on.
They missing that one killer developer.
Killer out.
That
they need a super studio like Naughty Dog.
Naughty
Exactly.
Dog. That's
Somebody just brought up a good point in the chat too. One named Shadow said that Scalebound might become multi-plat if it flops, and honestly, that's been the trend with Microsoft lately. Like, if their games flop and their fan base ain't buying it, it comes to PC or to like the rest of the consoles too. So it's like at this point now, it almost gives the people no incentive to buy it. That's outside of Microsoft
Well,
because it's like
Scalebound's already coming to PC to Windows 10, but if it doesn't do well on the Windows
then
Store,
it
it'll
will go to
probably go to
Steam.
Steam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it'll definitely go to Steam because the Windows Store is still broken with their PC games. Like they have a lot to
The
fix with
Windows
that.
Store is awful. It is such a horrible experience buying anything from there.
Aggravating. Very aggravating.
Yeah, it's so irritating buying anything from that store. It's so just disjointed. Everything's just so cumbersome. It's so hard to use.
The only
And
two
then you can't
things
even
that
use all
work
the same programs.
the only two things that worked on there, I tried a couple of games, and the only one that really works on there is Gears 3 and like some of my like Yu-Gi-Oh videos I downloaded. But other than that, like nothing else on that store has seemed to work.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
speaking of Naughty Dog,
Microsoft just
like,
needs to step up big time. I mean, that's all I gotta say.
I guess for Microsoft, like their killer app, they basically their version of Naughty Dog used to be Bungie, in which they don't work for them no more. You know, that's when Halo used to be really good, used to tell really great stories. That's when everybody loved Halo. I'm not saying a lot of people hate them now. There's still a really big fan base out there, but the quality of their stories is not the same, you know, as it used to be. But the quality of Naughty Dog stories always been the same. Really good stories. And
Yeah,
I disagree. I try to.
I say Epic is a good follow up. You know what they did with the Gears series until the end of their relationship.
Coalition's a good team. They're the guys that took over for Epic. Coalition's a very good team. I think they're the best team Microsoft has.
Yeah, it's just was it who was it 343? Like who did Halo? Who did this?
343 does Halo.
343. Okay, the story, like as much as I'm a huge Halo fan, I felt that the story was lackluster. You know, it's not what I'm used to. Huh?
It's not good. The Halo 5's campaign was not good. It was just okay.
It was okay, but it's not
okay, but it wasn't that great either.
Used to getting. That's what I'm saying. Like that what Bungie comes in at. Now with Naughty Dog, we get the same stuff all the time. It's really good quality content. You know, not only from the Uncharted series, but we got The Last of Us. We got the Jack and Dexter. If I'm not wrong, they did Crash Bandicoot. Am I right?
Right.
So Naughty Dog got a whole bunch of great games under their belt. And it's like, okay, where's this from Microsoft? Like, where is that killer developer that can just continuously spit out a lot of variety of good games, good quality polished games? That's what they're missing, man.
The developers.
This Coalition, I do give it to Coalition. That was a really good Gears game. I love it. Can they do more than Gears? That's my question to them. Can they do like a platformer, a game that could compete with Jack and Dexter and Ratchet and Clank? Can they do more of an action adventure game that can compete with Naughty Dog, you know, or compete with Uncharted or Last of Us? That's what I'm saying. They need that killer developer that can do variety of different games, but not only just variety, good polished games.
It's like at this point now, gaming has depressed me so much with a lot of the stuff that comes out that I feel like I have to lower the bar more for these companies. Like I kind of want more companies to just focus on one game and give us a good one from now on. I think about the companies that don't make many games and they all seem to do really well. Take Blizzard. They don't make a lot of games, and the games that they do all seem to be really well. Take Game Freak. All they make is Pokemon, and it does really well. In fact, this new gen of Sun and Moon changed everything completely, from story, the gameplay. Now it's about defensive meta versus offensive meta, and people still love it. So, like, I feel like at this point now, I just want to see more companies do one game. Like, let's take Platinum. Platinum flops on a lot of games. Ninja Turtles was disappointing. Transformers was okay, but they do amazing on Bayonetta. So what if they just did Bayonetta every 2 to 3 years and really polished her up?
Right.
Like you get what I'm saying? Like it would be amazing.
They're already polished. It's just nobody buys them. That's the problem.
No, their other games are trash, real. We got to be honest. Bayonetta is good, but their other games have been trash. Let's be honest.
How dare you?
You know it's true.
But here's another thing. Before you move on,
you almost turned into the Shredder. Ninja Turtles was so bad.
Right.
Transformers Devastation is one of my favorite games.
Hey, it was cool. The thing I want to bring up is look at the last gen with 360 and PS3. Look how fun that generation was. I mean, that time no one was obsessing over graphics or flops and all that other bullshit and stuff like that. I mean, of course, 360 reigned at that time, and now this year it's flip flopped. You know, it's like, okay, what kind of happened? And now we got one is playing catch up, but stuff
Well,
like that.
we was introduced to a lot of great franchises. That's like one of the best generations ever because that's when Uncharted started, Gears started, Last of Us started. Like that was a really great games that came out last generation. Not only got great games, we was wild with the graphics whenever we was introduced with HD. And since we now in this HD era, everybody's fighting over resolution now, but they're not fighting on the fact that we're not getting enough games, enough new entries like we got last generation. Where's those great wow moments like we got last generation? This generation we don't have them because we got a bunch of remasters and the quality went down a lot. That's what I feel about it.
It's like this is the best way I can think about it. Like everyone has something they're good at, so to expect everyone to be good at everything, it's just kind of ridiculous. Because if you think about it, how many things are you really good at? Like how many multiple things could you do? So if every company, as far as gaming went, focused more on what they were good at, it may be better now, especially with all these Russian demands on like whipping things out faster. It may just be a better way to go at this point in time, unfortunately, because they're not getting the time they need to really polish a lot of games, and they can just hire demand to do stuff quick. So maybe just isolating it down to a few less games would be a better thing. I mean, there's so many games on the market that it wouldn't kill the gaming community for a couple of companies to do less games, because there's still so many other companies out there doing it, not to mention indie games, that you still have tons of games. There's millions of games out there we've never even heard of or played. So for them to cut down a few would not hurt.
But what you're saying is these developers need to stick with only one game? Is that what you're saying?
Because they're doing terrible with multiple games.
What about Nintendo?
They're not doing good anymore.
What about Nintendo? They're a developer.
They are a developer, but they also have their issues too with certain things. Like, I mean, they do Mario all the time. It does good. Star Fox has started getting bad recently, but Nintendo sticks with the formula of doing the same games all the time. So you kind of agree with me if you use Nintendo as an example, because they're doing the same thing Blizzard does.
What about Naughty Dog? We got 3 Uncharted games last generation and then Last of Us, and the quality was the same.
But see, that's another example. You said 3 Uncharted games and Last of Us. So Last of Us was the one difference out of spamming Uncharted. So that still counts as not doing a lot of games, right?
And well, just looking at the fact how much it takes to make one of those games, it takes a long time. So spitting out 4 of those games in one generation, that's a lot of work.
But I'm not saying to do it in one generation. I'm just saying to focus on one game. I mean, if you're not ready to do a new game, why not update it a bit? All these games these days do multiplayer anyway.
I still think they did a hell of a job on all the games. Uncharted 3 was my least favorite, but I still liked it. But Uncharted, I still like Uncharted 3. It's just not as good as one.
But see,
Uncharted 2 is always my favorite.
But you're still agreeing with me, though. Those are all Uncharted games. Other than Uncharted and The Last of Us, what else has Naughty Dog been giving us? They're focusing on less games.
So what you're saying is like not you talking about just stick on that one franchise, even though they're making multiple games. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
I thought you're talking about just stick on just one game.
No. I'm talking about actually sticking with the franchise and just continuing to polish it.
So you saying that Naughty Dog should stick with Uncharted and leave Last of Us alone?
I'm saying to do fewer games. Blizzard only does like 4 or 5 games. So if Naughty Dog can handle doing 3 to 4 solid games, then fine. But if they're doing 3 to 4 games and most of them are coming out crap, then drop down a little bit.
I can understand what you're saying because we could take Ubisoft.
Don't overdo your workload if you can't do it. Like if you're the company that can make 5 solid titles, then do so. But if you're the company that makes 5 titles and only 1 to 2 of them are solid, then you need to drop down on some of those titles. That's all I'm saying.
I understand what you. I understand what you're saying. We can take Ubisoft for example. We see how the quality it dropped a lot with the Assassin's Creed franchise. What was that? Not Syndicate, because I heard a lot of good things about that.
Unity was a glitch fest.
That thing was so bad that a lot of people didn't stick around to buy Syndicate. And I heard a lot of good things about Syndicate. So that's why it took a year off. So maybe taking a break and just focus on one thing, it can help. It just depends on how big your team. If you got a big enough team to basically do what Activision is doing with Call of Duty, having 3 different teams working on it. Even though I feel that the quality is going down, then you can do that. But if you only got the same set of people, then you might want to just rethink what you're trying to do. But if you got the money Activision got, then that's a different story.
And see, even with Call of Duty, they're still in a good position. It's like the quality went down, yeah, and we recognize it being hardcore gamers. But to the average consumer, they haven't noticed that, and it's not really hurting their sales too much. Like it dropped a little bit, but like you know what I mean. From the big picture, this is still an effective strategy for them.
Okay, let's move on. We off topic like again. We supposed to go to the next topic like 30 minutes ago. Shit. Okay, man. Let's talk to Nintendo. I wanted to talk about the PlayStation experience, but I'm gonna say that next. Nintendo, of course. If you stayed up to watch the Tonight Show, was a Jimmy Fallon. I didn't actually see it. I saw it on YouTube. I didn't, actually saw it live. But Rich Fistman, he was on the program. And he was showing Jimmy Fallon, the Mario Run is available on iOS and was it iPad and all that. Of course, I fucking hate Apple, so I can't really fucking play that game. It does look fun, but that wasn't the main thing that he wanted to talk about. The main thing was the Nintendo Switch, in which I was really excited because. Not only Jimmy Fallon was excited, he looked like a complete nerd, and he was really geeking out about that Switch. And just looking at how the Legend of Zelda looks, in real time, and look how the graphics look, and just look how the game runs, man. That game cannot run on the Wii U. I looked at the Wii U version. The Wii U version looked a lot different. The Switch version looks a lot better. It runs a lot better. The Wii U, there was some hiccups on the Wii U version, so. Yeah, it's pretty clear that the Switch is going to be a lot more powerful than what a lot of people expect, and I know a lot of rumors suggesting that it's going to be running on the Tegra X1. But I think that they put that shit to rest last night, the way that looked, and of course with a lot of developers coming out and speaking highly on the Nintendo Switch, talking about it's going to change the game, it's going to change everything. I think Nintendo is in a really good position, and I think they are in a really good position, but. I am really excited about, not only last night, I'm excited. I know you could call these rumors, but I know some of these people that's actually giving us this rumors, whatever you want to call it, it's coming from pretty credible source, man. Really credible source about all the stuff that's been leaking these past few days. And what was that I talked about yesterday? I made a video about, Dark Souls 3. And they said, From Software, they basically said that it's running pretty. They got the game running on the Switch, and they say it's running really, really good. And they are suggesting that they're going to put the collection out on the Wii U. I said, "We got that. I'm tripping on the Switch." And I was thinking, I was like, okay, that's a really good deal. And I really think that's going to do good because what you're doing is you're getting a lot of these fans, you let them get familiarized with the series on how Platinum Games did with Bayonetta. They let the fans get familiarized with the series because they did not play Bayonetta 1 because it wasn't on the Wii. It was on 360 and the PS3. So if third parties would have took a different approach whenever the Wii U came out, and instead of giving us just Mass Effect 3, give us the collection with a cheaper price, maybe it would have been a different outcome. If Ubisoft would have gave the Nintendo fans Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, of course, we got Assassin's Creed 3. That was the first Assassin's Creed game that we got on the Wii U. Maybe that would have turned out differently because a lot of Nintendo fans did not get that game on the Wii. I could talk about this all day. Like, if you're gonna put out a sequel on a console that a lot of the fans is not familiar with, you got to give out the collection. And just look at Bayonetta, for example, like it did a lot better than we thought, man. So I think that they are going with this the right way, and I think it's going to open up a lot of doors, open up a lot of windows for a lot of these developers to do the same thing with the next games. We don't know if the new Mass Effect is going on the Switch. We don't know. But if it will, I think it would be a smart move for EA to give out the collection. So I don't know, man. What do y'all guys think? What you think about this? What you think, man?
About the Dark Souls?
Just about these. I guess about giving out the collections on these third-party games to the Nintendo Switch consumers. Because they missed out on these games from the Wii and the Wii U.
Well, yeah, it's smart. Like we saw what happened with the EA, what they did with Mass Effect. They just put the third game, and nobody bought it because they didn't know what happened in the franchise. And at the same time, they put the collection on 360 and PS3 around the same time, so that was really stupid. So it's smart what they're doing with Dark Souls. If they actually end up doing that, I think that's a good idea. The fact that they got Dark Souls running on the Switch and they're happy with its performance, that is great. That essentially confirms that it is not the standard Tegra X1 processor, because that processor would not be able to run Dark Souls 3. So that's good. It's some sort of customized chip somewhere between X1 and X2, so that's good. Yeah, they seem happy with it. A lot of third-party devs seem happy with it. I think they're in a much better position this time around. And with Jimmy Fallon last night, he did an amazing job showing off the console. Like, Reggie can go to a show, right, and show the console, but if the host is not excited about it, that ruins the whole experience. Jimmy Fallon sold that console. He is what made the people in the audience excited for it. Reggie is not an exciting person. Nothing he does is exciting. He's a very boring person. But Jimmy was full of energy, super exciting. You could see he was just fanboying out, and the crowd was responding. They loved it. And just seeing his excitement made everyone else excited, and that's a huge plus, and that's going to give them good momentum, and hopefully they keep doing that to some other shows too. But yeah, I thought it was a good demo. They showed you can play it on the big screen, and it easily transitions to the tablet. No problems. They showed it. Everyone understands what you can do with this thing. Unlike that shitty-ass Wii U, where nobody knows what it does, and it's a worthless piece of garbage. But the Switch is very clear what you can do with it, and also third parties seem excited for it. So I think they're in a way better position this time around, and it's time to get excited for it. It is okay to be excited for Nintendo right now. I think you should be, because they're actually doing the right things this time around.
Okay, that's how you go, Nick.
Yeah, I guess so.
What about you, Nick?
Pretty much everything Alex said. I think he pretty much nailed it. I mean, Jimmy Fallon out there, just like, I didn't see it either. I've been hearing about it like all day, but I haven't really looked into it at all. But yeah, I mean, if it's like that, then that's a good sign, and it's good to see that Nintendo is actually like doing the right thing to try to advertise this time by going on actual TV shows instead of hoping that it sells through Pottery Barn and shit like that. So it's looking good. I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up too much, because I don't know. It's just like, it looks like they're going the right direction. They're getting more people excited for this. They announced the virtual console for GameCube on there, and one of the first games is going to be Melee. I mean, right there, that has got to be like a pretty good announcement.
That was for real, or was that a rumor?
Huh?
That was real, or that was rumor?
I think it's real.
Was it?
I don't know. Double check, but I hope it should be true. I mean, hopefully, if it's true, it's gonna work out for him. But
yeah.
But yeah. So I don't know. I heard like the first 3 games supposed to be Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion, and Smash Brothers Melee. Which, if that's true, they need to do that, because that would be a pretty good selling point right there. Since people wanted Melee to come back in some form, either through a virtual console or a remaster.
Yeah, hey, Mario Kart's in there.
So yeah, there's that. I don't know. So we'll see. And the fact that it's actually running Dark Souls fine should shut up a few people, because they're sitting going, "Oh, they can't run it." I think it's going to run games like just fine. Like I said, I don't think it's going to power wise. I'm pretty sure it's going to be between Xbox One and PS4, the basic ones. And that should be enough, because future games coming out that are supposed to run on the PS4 and on the Pro and the Scorpio are still going to run on Xbox One and PS4. So it'd still more or less be on par with the other two, and that's a good sign. The only thing I'm just worried that they're going to put these games on there, but is anybody really going to buy them? Because like they already played them on the older systems. Whoever wanted to play these games have played these games. I don't know if there are a lot of people going, "Oh, I'm just going to wait till this comes out on Nintendo," because I don't think they're expecting it. But then again, there might be a lot of people who are like, "Oh, fuck these games, whatever, third party sucks." And now that these games are on Nintendo, maybe they'll be like, "Oh, I love these companies the whole time."
Well, we know how it is with some of these dudes. Everything's a third party until it comes to Nintendo. Then it's a third party.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, my stance on third party has been the same whether the games came to Wii U or not. And they'll be the same for the Switch. I mean, I hope if Dark Souls comes to it, that's good. I'm not gonna buy it because I'm not interested in it. But for those of you who are excited about this, go buy it. I mean, that's another thing that's been like, well, you shouldn't buy these games. Like, I'm not gonna fucking say that. I mean, if you want to buy these games on the Switch, buy the games on the fucking Switch. I don't care if you. It doesn't matter. In my opinion, should not affect how you feel about a game. But yeah. So I mean, like I said, it looks like so far they're getting this thing out there, and they have a short window, but they're still actually using that. People know what this thing is.
Yeah.
Like, it's out there now. People know this is a thing. People know Nintendo's coming out with a new console. For all we know, some people might think this is Nintendo's brand new console. They probably still don't even know what the Wii U was. And they're like, oh yeah, I remember Nintendo. What's the last Nintendo system Nintendo made? The GameCube? Or some shit like that. I don't know. The Super Nintendo? Like, they come out with a new system? Oh, that's pretty good. So, I don't know. They're getting it out there. They're getting the name out. It's a good name. It's not the best name, but it works. And it's named for what it does. I mean, what the hell did Wii U... What the fuck did Wii U mean? What the fuck did that mean? It didn't mean anything. With the Switch, the game is in the name, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at the only thing I'm still pissed off about, and this is probably why I'm going to end up playing Breath of the Wild on Wii U and not the Switch, is because of Nintendo's fucking bullshit distribution practice, where they're going to limit it out there, and I'm not going to be able to get one day one. Like, what the fuck? Like, hopefully, I don't know, maybe I'll get one, but like, we're only going to ship 2 million, 1 million for America and 1 million for the rest of the world. I'm like, oh, fuck you. Just hopefully they change that. Hopefully, I don't know. Can we talk to them? Can we say something? Be like, hey, no. Put out more. Don't do it. You know what's going to happen? You're going to, the whole, like, mini thing happening. They're going to fucking buy it and try to sell eBay for like 50 times his amount. So, fuck you, Alex, by the way, because I know you're going to do that. So, like, just don't do the limited quantity thing. I mean, okay, if you want to do limited quantity, fine, but do a little better than 2 million.
Y'all know how Nintendo is.
Yeah, so I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to get one like right away because this bullshit again. That's the only thing that's really kind of souring the whole thing for me right now.
Yeah, they're using club logic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking pissing me off, and I'm like, well, that makes me just pissed off because now it's making me want this thing, and I'm probably not gonna get it day one, and I'm gonna be like, ah, fuck. So
just looking at the fact that Legend of Zelda was a display on the Jimmy Fallon show, and rumors saying that's going to be coming in the summer. So don't you think it's kind of misleading if the game is not, if it's not even going to be a launch title?
I don't know. Hopefully, if demand rises for this thing, they'll increase the distributions. But I don't know. I'm just kind of worried right now that that's what's going to happen, and a lot of us who really want this system are going to be left in the fucking dust until like Nintendo decides, hey, okay, here's an actual shipment for the world.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very possible they might do that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. I don't think the eBay thing will be as powerful because it's not launching next to a holiday.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Probably the only holiday that's close to.
All right.
So what about you, Oda? What you think? Are you still going?
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
All right, what about you, Dar? What you think about this, about the Jimmy Fallon show? If you saw that last night, and what you think about the Dark Souls 3 rumors? And like, I know I was talking about that a while ago. Like, should third parties give out the collection of a lot of these games that came out during the 360 and PS3 era, and the Wii couldn't handle these games, so they never got them? So don't you think it'd be a smart thing to give out the collection to the Switch owners that missed out on them?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they could give out the collection. I mean, it's not going to hurt, to port it over. You know what I'm saying? Especially 1 and 2. With 3, I mean, that's cool that, Nintendo fans can get Dark Souls. I'm not really interested in Dark Souls. I think, the second one. It was okay, but it just wasn't my cup of tea at the time. So, I mean, it's good that we can get the third-party games, back on the Nintendo system. And with Jimmy, that was actually cool, you know what I'm saying, to actually see it sitting there, see the power plug plugged into the wires and stuff, see the back of it and underneath it and stuff like that. That was pretty cool, to see Breath of the Wild, especially how it looked on the tablet itself, which was cool. So yeah, it was nice.
Oh, because I already gone that.
Yeah.
All right, what about you, Retro, bro?
Here's my thing. Like, I'm not exactly sure that would work giving them Dark Souls unless you had some other creative gimmick to convince them to get it. And here's why I say that. I say that because if you look at Bayonetta, the only reason Bayonetta started to sell was because a lot of the bigger YouTubers in the Nintendo community, such as Etika, like hyped that game. Like none of them cared about it, and even the bigger YouTubers in the Nintendo community said they didn't care about it until she was in Smash Bros. So if Bayonetta was never put in Smash Bros, even being released on the Wii U, it wouldn't have sold as much. Like Smash Bros carried that game, unfortunately. So I feel like if you can't find a creative way to gimmick those games to their audience, then they're not gonna do it. So like, unfortunately, they're obviously not gonna be in Smash Bros. But what you would probably have to do if you want to sell it, you would have to give free copies to like Obi-Wan, Etika, and a couple of other bigger YouTubers. And if they like it and give it the green light, then everyone else is just gonna sheeple and play it. But if you just release it, those third parties would actually be wasting their money because they're not going to touch it. They're going to say it's irrelevant. Nobody else in the community is talking about it. None of the big dogs or whatever out of the 90s slang that Nintendo uses these days aren't going to touch it unless those big YouTubers are promoting it because that's how they do it. It's very childish and high school like. So if you don't have a gimmick to convince their bigger YouTubers to greenlight it, they're not going to touch it. I mean, it sounds like a good idea, but let's be honest, the Nintendo community runs like that. That's all I got, though.
Clickish, huh?
Oh, okay. What about you, Sinister?
I mean, I didn't get to see the thing on Jimmy Fallon, but as far as like the bigger take on it, pretty much Alex and Nick already nailed it on the coffin. So I mean, I don't have anything on this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I say, man, all that, I want. It's
The video
just
actually on YouTube.
Go ahead.
I said if you actually want to see the video of of Reggie and them on Jimmy, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you missed it.
Yeah, that's why I saw that. It was on YouTube.
Yeah, because I didn't know about it until you guys mentioned it. So I mean, that's why I didn't have anything to say on it. So.
And shit, we like a month away from the conference, man. I'm really excited about that.
January 12th.
Yeah.
1 month.
I mean, but here's the one thing I can say about it. I mean, think about it. The Switch comes out in March. A lot of people will probably get their tax returns a month earlier. Think about it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying 2 million consoles. That's like ridiculous, man. Because a lot of people gonna have a lot of money, tax returns. Like as soon as the Switch comes out, like it's gonna be nowhere to be found, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure if they're gonna
but here's another thing: those flippers, those damn flippers.
I tell you guys
they
right.
got enough money.
This is what I'm gonna do. I got some money already put to the side for pre-order. Right after the event, or while the event is going on, I'm clicking right on Best Buy to pre-order mine. That's because that's when they're going to have pre-orders is right after that direct.
Yep.
January.
Yep. Exactly.
So, I'm going straight to GameStop because that's what the manager said. They said as soon as they show that conference, they're gonna actually put it on pre-order. So I'm gonna be the first one up there.
Yep, I'm going straight to Best Buy, or if not, if I'm at work, then I'm just clicking on Best Buy pre-order, and there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, because I pretty much be heading to Best Buy because that's right near where I work at.
Okay, so I guess that's all on this topic, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we got a month, about a month away from actually getting a lot more details. We got a month away, get see what games is coming out on launch day, and hopefully Zelda will be a launch title. I really want it to be a launch title, but if it's a summer title, I'll be okay with that. But I just hate to see so much gameplay footage of Zelda, but it's not even a launch. It's not even a launch title.
Yeah,
I
know what you
point
mean.
on that. I mean, yeah, I like to see that in Mario Kart as a launch title.
You
It's
know, like we
probably a
don't know.
good thing that they're not rushing it though, because if they
Yeah.
did rush it, you could have another Star Fox.
It would like what happened
Mhm.
if they got this 3D Mario game ready for launch, but they just pushed over Zelda, but the hype has been over Zelda for over 2 years. Like it just wouldn't make sense. But then again, it's Mario, and I guess I don't know, man. They both good titles, but I think majority of the Nintendo gamers wanted a Zelda game for launch, so that's what I want, to be honest.
It's like I know what you mean, but after what happened to us with Star Fox and being a big Star Fox fan, I think you would rather them not rush it, or you might have end up getting the same thing.
But how long has it been in development? For about 5-6 years.
That's what I'm saying. It's been out they've been working on it for a while. So like I would just say take the time. If they don't feel ready, let them take their time.
Skyward Sword came out in 2011. It's about to be 2017, so
Right.
yeah, it's a long time.
It's like I understand that, but if they know they don't have it ready, would you rather just get the game and then complain about how broken it is?
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying it should be ready. I don't see what's the issue. It shouldn't be. I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure they got the reasons, but if it's not ready, then I'll be okay with them releasing in the summer. If it doesn't re-release in the summer, then most likely it's gonna be a holiday title. That's what I'm thinking. I hope it don't get pushed that far. I really hope not. But okay, I guess let's go and get to our next subject, man. Let's talk about the PlayStation experience, man. Of course, PlayStation experience was last Friday, and you know, did we even talk about this? I don't think we did. I don't think we did talk about this last week.
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, that what basically drove me to want to talk about a lot of these fanboys that's getting all pissed off and getting triggered over over a lot of you know, people, a lot of gamers, you know, they're happy that the PS4 is getting a lot of games throughout next year, and a lot of Xbox fanboys are triggered about that. Like, I just don't understand. Like, you should take that up with Microsoft. Like, it doesn't make sense to get mad at somebody else. Get mad, like, these people don't care about you. You own that side. You stay on that side. You can stay mad over there all you want, but if you ain't gonna say nothing to the people that you giving your money towards, if you ain't gonna say shit, just stay mad, you know. But when it comes to people like us, if we got any issues with whoever, you know, of course we all had issues with Nintendo. We saw how that turned out, and I think Nintendo is yeah, they're humbling themselves this time because they cannot do what they did with the Wii U.
Right. They learned their lesson.
Oh,
yeah, it's good. Yeah, they're actually trying to listen this time, you know. But I feel with the PlayStation experience, they hit a home run with that because it was all about games. Only thing I didn't like about the show was that show with Killer Mike and that white guy. I don't know. I like Killer Mike, but that performance was terrible. It didn't even. I don't. It shouldn't even. It don't even belong there. What's the other thing I didn't really care for? It was something else I didn't care for. But I guess after that, like I just got excited because they showed so many games that's come out in 2017, and they started to show with a bang, and a lot of people thought that was like, is this still a Tomb Raider game? And you know, just thinking about it, I was like, this got Tomb Raider elements, and all of a sudden, I saw Chloe. I was like, oh, that's Chloe. Then we saw what's that black chick name? Is it Nadine? Is that her name? The black chick? On Uncharted 4?
Yeah,
Nadine.
Nadine.
Okay, yo, that got me thinking about Tomb Raider for a second, and I was like, man, this is cool, man. So I don't know if this is a standalone game or this is DLC. Either way it go, I'm going to get it because I'm a huge fan of the series. Then they end the show with what we've been asking for years, and they finally did it, man. Man, the crowd, they was so hyped, man. Oh my god, man, that show was very electrifying, man. And whenever they showed the Last of Us, what was that butterfly symbols? What you call what's the name of that group? The Last of Us.
Firefly.
Fireflies. Okay, the Fireflies. And everybody. Man, the whole building just erupted, man. Everybody was so excited, man. I was like, man, where's this shit with Microsoft, man? Like, damn. Like, you know, I don't really be in the PlayStation community like that, but I'm going to be a part of it because I'm excited because I got games to play. You know, I own a PS4. Most of us own a PS4 here, and we're going to go where the games are at. I don't even give a damn what console it's on. I don't care if it's on console that I really don't even like the company. I don't really care for Sony, but if Sony can cater towards me and give me like the games that I want, and they did. They took it back old school, y'all. They took it back old school, and that's why I got really excited. I was already excited for the Uncharted DLC and Last of Us, but when they show all three of the Crash Bandicoot games and they show how different it used to look and how it looks now, and we get 3 of those games, oh my fucking god, my dick exploded. And not only that, we got Parappa the Rapper. That dude, Parappa the Rapper, Crash Bandicoot, and Fighting Force was my first 3 games I got on when I got my PS1 when I was a kid. I was like, man, Sony just took me back to my childhood. Now I was technically these games are real. I mean, that's not real. These games are remade. They're remakes. They're not remasters. I don't know why like people keep calling these remasters. No, they're remakes because ain't no way in the world. No, that's different because if you look at the original Ratchet and Clank and look at how Ratchet and Clank looks, now you cannot say that's a remastered game. No, it's a remake game, just like how Crash Bandicoot is a remade game, and like how Parappa Rapper is a remade game. Everything looks crisp. It looks
Yeah, that
really
Parappa's
good.
gonna be fire.
Oh my god, I'm happy and I'm excited, and I really hope that these games will do well so they can continue on with the series. Right now, I'm liking my PS4 right now over the Xbox because they got a lot of games I'm liking. They got my platformer games I want. I get to play Ukulele. I get to play Ratchet and Clank, Crash Bandicoot, Parappa. I get to play all these games that cater towards me. You know, when I was a child, and what right now, I love these type of games. And I got my action adventure games, and Uncharted, The Last of Us, Tomb Raider. I'm playing all that on my PS4. The only action adventure game I get to play on my Xbox is Tomb Raider, and that was a time exclusive. So that got me to wonder, like, when's Microsoft going to step up and trying to, I don't want to say one up, just compete, just get the games. That's all I want to get, a variety of games, because what Sony did, they killed it. They got some nice looking indie games too. I don't want to leave indies out because a lot of y'all think I'm biased, but some of the indie games did look very interesting. I would like to try them out. But overall, I get this conference 9.5 out of 10. That was a really good conference. The reason I was not getting a perfect score because that little rap show. I don't know what that shit was, but that Doom
That was part of the Game Awards, not Sony's show.
Yeah.
on the beach.
Yeah. I put. Okay, I'm tripping, y'all. I'm tripping.
Yeah, you're mixing them together.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, not familiar.
I'm mixing them up. Okay. Yeah, you're right about that. But the games was fire, man. So they came with it, and it was game after game after game after game. That what got me excited, man. So all I gotta say, man, it was a good show. We get a lot of games, and I'm just looking forward to it. So what you think about it, Alex?
About the show, it was a good show.
Yeah,
I was impressed with it. Crash Bandicoot looked really good. I didn't think we'd get to see it this early. The game looks like really solid. Actually, it's like a huge improvement. So that's good. And apparently it's only $40 for the whole collection. So that's really good.
Really? That's what they said?
Yeah, I read that somewhere. The collection's going to be $40. So that's a good deal. That's a lot better than that bullshit they tried to pull with $60 for God of War 3 remastered, which was just a port. So this is good. Parappa the Rapper, I totally forgot to talk about that during my recap of the show. That's cool. They're bringing that back. There's a lot of remasters, but I think they're just testing the water to see if people actually still care about these franchises. So that's whatever. That's cool.
Yo,
Last of Us
should get a
2.
PvP mode where you can
It should. You should be able to have rap battles in that game now.
Exactly.
Last of Us 2 or Last of Us Part 2, like that was just awesome. That was cool to see. Again, it is just a CGI trailer, but just from that trailer, you can see they're setting the tone. It's very different. This game this time around, she's older. It's 5 years later. They're out for revenge this time. It's not about survival anymore, so it's going to be very different. Apparently, you play as Ellie throughout majority of the game this time, not Joel. So that's going to be very different. And I like that Uncharted spin-off game. I like Chloe. Chloe's a cool character. I like that she's getting her own game. It does give I also thought it was Tomb Raider. Like, straight up, I thought that was a new Tomb Raider game because that's the kind of vibe it gave off. And that's a good thing because Tomb Raider is an amazing franchise. What else? They showed a couple indie games. Like, to be honest, the ones they showed out didn't look that good to me. Most of the time I like indie games, but the ones they showed were kind of meh. Nier looks really good. Neo, I think that's called Neo. That looks pretty good too. They showed some Yakuza games. Like, they showed a lot of stuff. The main thing here is variety. They showed a lot of different types of games, all coming to the console. Some of them, there's no release years even, like Last of Us and Uncharted, that might come out in 2019, 2020. But overall, they showed you what's coming and why you should be excited for the console. And there's a lot of stuff coming, like exclusive stuff too. So they did a really good job, I thought. And Microsoft, I think, could benefit from their own show like this, provided that they can, make enough content for their console. Yeah, they did a good job. Like, there's nothing else to say, really. If I was to give it a grade, I guess I'll give it a B. Like, for the most part, it was really good. There's just some stuff that was kind of boring, but overall, that's a lot better than what they usually do.
Damn, you was more generous. I thought you would give him a C+ or something, knowing how you hate Sony.
Hating them and giving credit are two different things.
All right, what about you, Nick?
Yeah, I didn't really see most of the any of the conference, actually. I just went by what I saw, like, on Twitter and stuff. And, yeah, The Last of Us 2 is going to be a thing. I guess that's okay. I was never really that into the game. But, hey, for those of you who wanted part 2, congratulations. I didn't hear about that. What the hell was it? Fuck the Uncharted thing until I got home. It was on Facebook. But yeah, I mean, I guess nothing really out of that show that interested me, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. I think finally Sony is finally maybe getting some games out there, because the last couple of years have just been as lackluster as anything else. It's just like, yeah, really nothing interesting going on there other than Uncharted 4, and even that was like iffy. One of the other big reveals, and God, I'm just like, fuck this game, by the way.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Capcom versus Marvel Infinite. Fuck that.
When I saw Mega Man, my face lit up, and then I saw Ryu, and I was like, oh, damn it.
Mega Man X.
I'm kind of pissed off because there's no X-Men characters. My main character always been Ruby.
There is so much wrong with this fucking game. I mean, I don't know. Like,
he's not in it because Marvel, they can't get the rights to it.
That's
not it. Like, okay, I don't want to get too off topic here, but like, Fox has the movie rights to the X-Men.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much the extent of it. However, Disney, being like just like bitchy cunts about like the franchise, since like it's like, if I can't have it, nobody can. So they're trying everything to squeeze out anything that they don't have film rights to out of the comics and video games and all that, because they're just being very, very petty. That's why you see it, like what they're doing with the comics and stuff, and why they're like, canceling certain comics and stuff like that, because they don't have rights to the X-Men characters. Even in that small form, they're doing everything they can to just like make sure that that any version of it dies until they get the movie rights back. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but like, just that's what's really going on with all this shit. And now they're like, it's starting to. They said, "Oh, we're not going to affect the comic book." They're full of shit. They're affecting the comic books. Now it's affecting the games. And Capcom has more or less been Disney's bitch for quite some time. A lot of Disney games are also made by Capcom.
Yeah.
If you remember. So that's part of that. But I don't know, this game, they ruined the Marvel's Capcom series after part 3. It's just going to be more of the same with this, and they're going back to 2-on-2 instead of 3-on-3 like it has been. But yeah, like, fuck that game.
That's pretty.
I already made
yeah, because I seen the video, Nick. I think we spoke on that.
I don't want to get any.
Because my favorite character, Wolverine's not in there. That's why I'm upset.
That's why people are pissed. Like, yeah, the mutants. I mean, folks are mad about it, but I'm gonna save that.
I personally, like, the reason I hate 3 is because it's less competitive than the older games. The one fact that you can press one button to do specials and you don't have to learn to do it.
Easy mode.
That is it. I mean, they just really. Like, that is like 1 and 2 were pretty good. Then they got 3, and 3 just made like so freaking dumbed down. It's just like, but anyway, enough about that. Okay, like I said, I guess it's good for Sony or PlayStation, at least on this part, So congratulations, Sony and stuff like that. I'm not going to sit there and hate on you. I don't care about what you did, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, fuck Sony, blah, 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 blah. Because I'm an evolved gamer, and I will give credit where credit is due. Whether I have interest in it or not, good for Sony, I guess. But, you know, hopefully, like, I don't know, hopefully the Switch comes out, does pretty good, and then, like, Sony better hope that the Switch doesn't do that well.
Okay, is that all you got on that?
Yeah.
What about you, Old Dirty?
I actually enjoyed the PlayStation experience. You know, some of the games that I definitely want to get. Day one, especially The Last of Us. I really enjoyed the first one. Just seeing the Uncharted side story, Miho and Horizon. I was surprised they didn't show anything else of the God of War because I wanted some more information on that. But just going back, you know, to the old school games like Papa the Rapper and all them. I was kind of surprised they did that in the other game called what was it, Loco something. That I think that was like an older game too that they was advertising with Papa the Rapper. So Crash Bandicoot, I'm definitely getting that day one. So that, I mean, that was pretty cool what Sony put together. I was impressed. To me, I think it was better than last year. And yeah, I mean, they bringing it. They bringing the games. I guess they listen, you know, to their fans. So this is, you know, what they fans want. They said we're gonna bring it, you know, and they doing it. So yeah, a majority of them games I will be picking up for my PlayStation, and I won't be sitting around in my house lonely and angry and shit. I'll be playing the game.
You don't want to have an emergency podcast and say they're embarrassing themselves?
That would draw me to that video of that. That dude is just a freaking idiot, dude. I
don't know how you could sit there, watch that conference, and be like, wow, they are not offering us anything. How? They showed so much stuff. They showed so much variety. Like, what is Xbox bringing? Nothing. Other than a new console. Like, who gives a fuck? They already brought out a new console.
Yeah, like, I'm just getting sick and tired of this Scorpio talk, man. Like, damn, like...
That's all these dudes talk about. Scorpio this, Scorpio that. Scorpio's a year away. You have nothing to play until that year.
What about games? We over sit up here talking about the PS4 is a third-party machine. No, it's not. The fucking Xbox is a third-party machine.
Xbox is now.
Xbox is a third-party machine because the PS4 is actually getting a lot of games. I'm happy to hear about that because, you know what? I own the PS4. I got all the consoles. Actually, I'm good. I'm good. The people that's actually getting mad about this is the jealous ones because they either they just mad because they can't afford it or they just mentally challenged, like something just wrong with them for real.
Games are too colorful. Games too colorful. I'm a grown man. I can't play that.
It's just sad. Like a lot of these guys, like in their 30s and 40s, acting like this, man. That's the sad part about this. So a lot of people just cannot take us serious in this gaming community because they it's a bunch of man children in this community, and they're right.
They're not wrong.
They're not wrong. I can't argue. I'll be like, no, as much as I don't like you, but hey, you're right. All right. Okay. Did we ever go with you, Dirty?
Yeah, I'm good. That's it.
Okay, Retro Bro. You here, Retro? I think he said you'll be back. What about you, Sinister? Is he gone too?
Where is everyone?
Yeah, everybody leaving.
I think they went to go buy a PlayStation 4.
I guess so. They're real hyping it up.
Are you back? Sinister?
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, give me your thoughts and opinions about the PlayStation experience.
It was an awesome. I give them credit. It was a great show. I mean, they brought the games. That's what mattered. It was the games. If I was seeing Last of Us 2, I mean, I was amazed by it. You know, then seeing Ellie, you know, seeing how she was sitting there playing the guitar all bruised up and bloody and everything. I was like, man, that was so awesome. And then of course, I made a video about it. Of course, I was praising Last of Us, but heck, I was being suspect about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Of course, going over what Nick was talking about. They're taking steps backwards instead of moving it forward. I mean, going back to the 2-on-2, come on. I mean, out of the whole series, I love Marvel vs. Capcom 3, like the way he did. It brought the 3-on-3. It brought in all these characters from both universes. And then just now, I mean, yeah, we don't know about, the X-Men are going to be in it or not and stuff like that. And of course, Nick, you already touched on that. And the thing I didn't like about the third game is like, what the Ultimate version, they didn't bring the DLC over from the first one. Like, Jill and Shumagora, you have to re-download them so they can be playable in Ultimate 3. And it's like, oh, come on. But anyway, bottom line is, I mean, Sony did great on their presentation. They showed the games. I mean, I give it a 9.5 on what they did. It's like, I mean, Microsoft, that's what I had to say. Microsoft has to really step up. I mean, come on. Sony's moving, it's points ahead of them. Like I said, Nintendo's about to do their presentation next month. I was like, come on, Microsoft, put some games out. Put out some content that we love. That's all I ask. But that's my take on it.
You know how it's bad that when you got Iron Wolf, he is a freaking Xbox to the fullest, converting to the PS4. Oh no, this dude, he's been on Facebook, he be on Twitter, he's trolling this shit out a lot of Xbox fans because he's like, you know what, man, fuck it, man. Microsoft is not providing what I want, man. Like Sony, they getting all the games. So, he put up some posts comparing what games is coming out for the PS4 versus the Xbox One next year, and that triggered a lot of fanboys, man. I was like, man, this shit is just so hilarious. Matter of fact, I'm not sure, it might have been that Bang Bang community on the Facebook. I think that's what it was, man. That shit was funny as hell, man. A lot of people got pissed off. Don't get pissed off. Either buy PS4, shut up, or go to Microsoft and complain. Be like, we want more games. That's just simple as that, man. You can't, I don't know. That's just the community that we are part of. People get mad at other people's happiness, just like how Alex was putting it a while ago. A lot of Nintendo fans, Wii U fans, getting mad at a lot of people for being excited for the Nintendo Switch, which don't make a bit of sense at all. But at the end of the day, it's about games. If you can't afford it, just shut the fuck up. Just stay jealous. Just stay in your small little corner and just cry and just shut up. That's all I gotta say, man. But anybody else got anything to touch upon the topic before we get to the last subject for the day?
No. I'm just waiting for Last of Us. That's all. That's the one I'll get the most.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had to mute you a while ago. After you, what the hell are you doing back there?
Huh? I'm doing stuff.
Yeah, I see you doing stuff. All right, let's talk about some Scorpio. This is a little bit of good news, man. I know we was being a little negative about Microsoft, but here's some good news. Phil Spencer, he basically came out yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know. He basically said that, expect a console price for the Scorpio. It's not going to compete with PC. That's basically what he said. And I'm not. Let me see if I can find that article. But I feel that this is really good because if this console would come out at a $600 or $700 or even $800 price tag, given the fact that it's offering, what PC specs offers, then yeah, it's gonna be a hard sell because people be like, you might as well just buy a PC, man. Because you can update the graphics card, and if you're gonna be spending about $600, for a gaming machine, just get a PC, man. Because the Scorpio, if you spend that much on it, unless you go switch out the graphics card every year, you can't. But I think that's a really smart move on what Phil Spencer, what Microsoft is doing to keep this at a reasonable price, so a lot of people can actually afford this machine. Hell, even if it comes at $450, I still say it's a good price. Even though the PS4 Pro came out $400, I think $400 will probably have to be their selling point because the PS4 Pro might have a price drop next year, so it'll kind of be in favor of the PS4 Pro being out for over a year. And let's say they have a $50 price cut, and the Scorpio comes out at $450. More people gonna buy the PS4 Pro. Just to be honest. You know, it's like they many graphics swords out there. They gonna go after which console give out really good graphics and which console have a really good price. And the PS4 price is more reasonable than the Scorpio. So I think $400 price tag should be a good sell for the Scorpio. Let's go around the table about this. What you think about this? Phil Spencer said. You think since he said it's gonna be a console price, do you think it's gonna be a $400 price tag? What do you think?
First, I am glad he said this because there's a lot of stupid people out there who thought that this console was going to come out and compete with high-end gaming PCs and cost like $1,000.
Stone Fox.
Well, he's an idiot, but there's a lot of people like Mr. Stone Fox who like to exaggerate things. It makes no sense for Microsoft to make a $1,000 console to compete with high-end PC gaming because that doesn't make any sense at all because you can always upgrade your PC. You won't be able to upgrade the Scorpio. They're going to keep it at a general console price. I was expecting $500 to $600 at the maximum because, again, PS3 launched at $600, and that would kind of be the top end of anything console-related as far as I know. So I would expect it to be around $500, but it might be $400. I don't know if Microsoft would have to take some sort of subsidy to hit that kind of price point, but
they should stay away from 500. They need to stay away from 500. You saw how that turned out.
Yep.
Well, that's because the normal Xbox, the reason the $500 price point for the normal Xbox didn't make sense is because the PlayStation 4 was $400 and it was more powerful than the Xbox One. If the Xbox One was a lot more powerful than the standard PS4 and it was $500, then the cost is worth it.
So do you think it's
because the Kinect was with it.
Yeah,
do you think
they
it's
bundled the
based on the
Kinect.
power, also based on the price?
Price and
both.
power go hand in hand.
They
It's
go
just
hand in
like-
hand.
It's
When
just
you
like
pay
buying
more for a
car,
product,
it's
you expect
faster.
it to be a higher quality product. In the Xbox One, it was never worth $500. I don't care what anybody tells you. It's not a $500 console,
Yep,
even with the
true or
Kinect.
not.
No, because
PlayStation 4 got a $500 either.
Yeah. And the Pro's, what, $400? That's a good price for what you get out of it.
no, that's kind of an argument. Well, I know a lot of people want power, but majority of the casuals buy consoles and they go by price. You know, just look at the Wii. Look at how that turned out, and the Xbox 360 was less powerful. Than
That's not true,
disagree.
though, because the
They
Xbox...
definitely don't go by price. They say
definitely
they go
don't.
by price, but they always purchase, even though they said that.
They will go with the one which offers the best quality. Like, the Xbox is cheaper than the PlayStation, but it's still getting outsold.
Yeah, worldwide it's getting outsold.
yeah, worldwide because it doesn't cater to Japanese people, and Europe always been the home of PlayStation.
Yep.
Still, it's being outsold consistently.
Right.
And even on like the NPDs or whatever, Sony won again, so they're back.
Even though if Microsoft would have won MPD, they still would have lost worldwide. That's what a lot of Xbox fans, these fanboys need to realize, especially that crap gamer. Like, this dude's an idiot. Like, every month, like every time Microsoft wins the MPD, he keep on misleading people, talking about what they win in their sales. Okay, what about worldwide? I don't know how many times I see in the comment section.
He only counts
Like,
America.
okay, what about worldwide? Like, they still get outside worldwide. Like, what doesn't matter? Oh, it only matters because it's only in North America. But what about Japan? What about Europe? Like, if you care about console sales that bad, you can be like, okay, Microsoft, y'all need to pick that shit up in Japan. Y'all need to pick that shit up in Europe. Like, if you really care about it. So I don't know. It's just that normal clickbait shit, man. That's all it is, man.
Yeah,
But Japan, you can forget about Japan. That's X out.
that idiot just does what he does. He's just doing for views. I don't really care what he's talking about. But yeah, Scorpio $500, $600, I think is doable at that price. You'll get a much more powerful graphics card. It's supposed to be something similar to the RX 480, which is around 6 teraflops. So you'll get similar power to that, which is it's enough for 4K gaming. It's not going to be amazing 4K gaming. It's going to be like 4K medium settings, 30 FPS, which is essentially what you would be targeting with the Xbox Scorpio. So that makes sense. We don't know anywhere what they're going to do with the CPU. It might be Zen, which is the new AMD processors, but we don't know yet. That would make sense since it's coming out a year from now. But yeah, it's doable. $500. I seriously doubt $400 though. To be honest, that is really low for the kind of hardware they're putting into it. But again, it's a year away, so that could all change. But yeah, it's a good thing that they're not targeting high-end gaming PCs because that would make this thing too expensive. Nobody's running out to buy an $800 console. I don't care how big a fanboy you are. $800 for a console, you'd have to be retarded to buy that thing.
Just look at the Neo Geo back then. Like, even though it was a lot more superior than the Game Boy Advance, like it didn't have much software, but it was a lot more powerful, and I played a lot of some of those games. It was really good, but it was just too much money, and that's why it failed miserably. It was a commercial failure because ain't nobody gonna pay that much money for that handheld, man.
Unless it's Apple.
Nintendo always been on the cheap side, so people can actually afford the system. And
Except
I think Phil Spencer is going the right way with this.
The Wii U is overpriced, but yeah, it's a good thing. Huh?
Always been overpriced, still is.
Still is. You can buy a PS4 right now for $250 with a game. You'd have to be insane to pick a Wii U over that.
And you know what bothers me about some of these fanboys? Like, I don't know how the hell can you steal damage control talking about the Wii U don't need a price drop. You know who exactly I'm talking about. So talking about well, they don't need a price drop so they can still profit off of their sales. What fucking sales? You telling me $2,000 a month is sales? That's embarrassing.
Terrible. But Phil Spencer, like, it's good that he's trying to get ahead of this so people don't get their expectations too high for the Scorpio. Like, you're not gonna get high-end gaming PC at a console price. It's not happening. Like, that's like 10 years away to get what a high-end PC can do now for a console price. It's just not happening. So it's good that he's trying to set people's expectations. I think he should make this very clear. Because sometimes Phil Spencer says things and he's not very clear about things, and people exaggerate what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get let down like 8 months out of 2016 with only one exclusive, even though he said that year they had so many exclusives they had to push some back. You lied, Phil.
I give it to Microsoft. The fall was pretty good. Record, Gears, Forza, and Dead Rising 4. Is it out? It's about to come out. That's
already out. It came out yesterday or Tuesday or something.
They got a strong fall. The fall was really strong, but the first 8 months was a disaster, man. Like, they should have at least spread this shit out. They should have spread this shit out. If they're gonna, so basically, what they had, like about 6 exclusives this year. Was it Quantum Break? Record,
Quantum, Recore, Forza, Gears. Dead Rising doesn't count because that's a timed exclusive.
Oh, really? So damn, they only got 6 exclusives then. Damn. They need Microsoft. They need to at least have between 6 to 8 exclusives a year, man.
Exactly.
This 3 to 5. That's not gonna cut it, man.
And launching them all in like the last couple months of the year, that's not cutting it anymore.
That's what ruined Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that's what ruined a lot of games. That's what ruined Titanfall because they got stuck with too many games. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah. So they need to. They need to basically rethink their strategy, what they're trying to do for next year, for 2017.
Yeah,
because their games that's coming out, I'm gonna be honest. I never care for the Halo War series.
Me either.
Crackdown 3 really don't interest me. Sea of Thieves, no. The only thing that interests me is Scalebound. That game looks so damn good. I really want to play that so bad. But that's the only must-play game I want to play on my Xbox next year. That is it. Everything else, I just don't care. Like, where is the big heavy hitters? And if you look at Scalebound looks like a heavy hitter, but it's not. It's a Japanese game which does not cater to the Western crowd. So all I gotta say is I just really hope that a lot of bigger YouTubers push this game. Trying to convince their subscribers to buy this game to check it out, because what we saw with this game, it looks like an amazing game. Of course, when we first saw, like, it had some frame rate issue. That's like almost 2 years ago. So I hope they fix all that.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I really hope that this game really sells, because Microsoft, they need a strong IP. They need something strong. They need another Naughty Dog. That's what they need. They need another Naughty Dog.
The studio behind it. Yeah.
That's what they need. That's what bothers me, man. You can't just rely on third parties all the time. You need your own shit. So I respect Nintendo. That's why I respect Sony, because they got their own IPs because they've been out for so long, man. Microsoft has been out for like 15 years now, and the only thing we could think of is Gears, Forza, and Halo. and used to be Fable. I don't know what the hell they doing with that. So
Yeah, they shut down that studio. Lionhead Studio got shut down because of that.
Well, they still got rights to the IP. They can still make the game. They can have anybody else make Fable.
I
But
think
they
the
don't
other
got.
problem is the direction that Microsoft wants. Like, there's a lot of news articles talking about how Microsoft really wants to focus on being like more entertainment and media. So their focus with their system is to be entertainment and media.
Hey, you Biden.
Testing. Okay, so
Okay.
what I was saying was they want to be more entertainment and media. There's been a lot of articles talking about that with Microsoft, how they want to be more on the entertainment aspect of providing everything that you can do under the sun within their media platform. So it could be that because they're focusing so much on that, it's making it harder for them to come up with creative ideas for games. And I get it. If you're trying, especially to get more of the casual fans in, things like Netflix, a
You're
nice
botting
browser.
Bottom real bad, retro, really bad.
Hold on.
I think, just by looking at the fact that they own Rare, in which I don't understand, that looks like that belongs to Nintendo. But if they can get a brand new Banjo-Kazooie, or even just remake the game and advertise it like they supposed to, don't y'all think it's going to bring in a lot of Nintendo fans to buy an Xbox?
Of course it would.
Yeah, it's like bring some of those games back. Yeah.
Or they'll at least play it on their imaginary PCs.
Oh my god!
Still testing.
Oh my god! Battletoads, like they got some
Especially Battletoads.
They got some iconic franchises.
Jet Force Gemini.
Like
Perfect Dark.
Like they just.
Oh my god! Perfect Dark.
We were talking about Sony got the platformers and stuff, but actually Microsoft, they got platformers too, but they're not using them. They're not using them. Like we're old school.
I think it's the whole change. I think it's the whole change. I think it's the whole change in mission thing, because they're trying to focus on this whole thing of providing everything.
Is that T-Pain? Is that T-Pain talking to us? Come on, T-Pain. You got the auto tune.
Jump back in.
Yeah, you might just
Okay.
using that auto tune, man. Oh man, but yeah, man, like we all talking about Crash Bandicoot and Jack and Dexter and Ratchet and Clank. Like they got Rare, they got those, they got a lot of.
I don't understand why they haven't made a new Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark would fit the Xbox fan base too. It's a shooting game.
Pew pew.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a gun. They love guns.
Yeah, like that's what they did with GoldenEye. I mean, on the old 64. I mean, damn.
Yeah, Rare's got a lot of good IPs.
I mean, yeah, because I wish they'd bring them back from the dead. I mean, not just that collection, but do something like new for now. Like
the only thing that I saw Microsoft did that was really smart, even though I'm not a big fan of it, was buying the rights of Minecraft, because that game that franchise is so popular, man. A lot of us YouTubers don't really care about it because we think that's for kids, but there's a lot of adults playing it. But man, that game is,
especially they had their own convention. Like,
$1 billion on that shit.
So that was a smart move for Microsoft. But I thought that whenever didn't Capcom like 2 or 3 years ago put their company up for sale? Didn't they did that?
Capcom was, I think they were testing the waters of putting their company
if they were testing the waters, they should have. Microsoft should have jumped on that.
Right.
I don't think they're allowed to, because I think it's the rule in Japan. Japanese companies can't be bought by American companies.
Really?
Man,
some
wow.
rules out there. Maybe that's one of the
that
reasons
makes
why.
sense. I guess that makes sense, because now that I think about it, if you look at Nintendo on the stock exchange, they have a separate like American stock and a Japanese stock, and they're both at different values. So I guess from how they do their market, it would make it like that, especially if you had investors in both areas.
That's probably why the Xbox always sells poorly, because it's not Japanese. I guess it's their culture. If it's not from Japan, then they don't want to fuck with it. Just how it is.
Yeah.
It sucks badly, but
They are very xenophobic.
Yeah.
I think what Microsoft could have done, they could go and just remaster Jade Empire from the original Xbox. That was a good ass game.
Yeah, but it's too bad
We didn't talk about the original Xbox games. Like, what's going on with that? Like, Sony, they
Cameo.
Like Sony, they're pushing out a lot of games, not only from the PS1, but PS2. But why Microsoft won't bring out games from the original Xbox? I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, especially like revamp them up for today's audience. Shoot, bring back some memories.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know Phil Spencer said he wants Knights of the Old Republic to happen. So if he said that, that means it's gonna happen. But well, time will tell when. Like, we need that game. He needs to talk about it more.
Yeah, I just hope that we got a lot of surprises whenever E3 2017 approach, man. Because
right,
it just looks like this. It just looks like it's going to be the year for Nintendo and Sony. Even though the Xbox is selling really good, because the price of the Xbox One S is really cheap, but at the end of the day, people go want some games, man. If they ain't gonna have no games, then they're gonna game mostly on their PS4 next.
They're gonna go elsewhere. It's like,
man.
So is this Xbox Scorpio? Is this considered next gen console?
I don't even know.
Consider the same generation.
How the hell is that possible?
That's what they keep saying.
Yeah,
because I thought for next generation consoles, it has to be, better than what was previously out. So how can you make a strong console like that and it's not next generation?
Because it doesn't have any exclusive titles. It plays the exact same games.
That's why I'm gonna wait and see until I see E3 because if of course they're gonna show the Scorpio E3. If they don't show no games at E3, like brand new games that we was not aware of that catches our eye for the Scorpio, I would be pretty pissed off because I don't want to just buy this piece of hardware because it's just there. I want to buy this hardware and some new games. We was getting on Sony that they got a lackluster holiday. Or you got all these damn hardwares that's coming out, but just looking at what's coming out early 2017, they got a lot of games coming out. So, hell, like I would buy a PS4 Pro right now if I want to, because 2017 looks like a really promising year. So I could give them a pass, right now, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It could go either way, man. But I like to say before I judge, I'm going to watch next year's E3. That's all I gotta say.
They need to pick up the pace. They're getting left behind now.
I find it kind of odd. Both companies have like 3 of the same consoles on the shelves, and people said that the Wii U would get people confused. Like 3 of the same damn consoles on the shelves. Wouldn't that confuse anybody else? You see a regular Xbox, you see a S, and now you see a Scorpio, whatever the hell it's going to be called. Like, that don't make sense.
Honestly, it does confuse a lot of older people that go into stores. Because I know even with my grandparents, like buying stuff for like my little cousins and stuff when they want systems, they have me go get it because it confuses them. Like you got an Xbox One and then you got the regular Xbox. So now it's like one the number and then one spell out. So a lot of them do that stuff to where it can be confusing to some extent.
Yeah, I mean, what was the purpose of them putting out the S then if the Scorpion is like right around the corner? That means okay, so if I did this, I got the Xbox One. Now, if I would have picked up the Xbox One S, then what the hell do I need to pick up a Scorpion for? Why do I need all 3?
I think the Xbox One S, even though the Scorpio is coming out next year, I think the Xbox One S was a great move because first of all,
the old unit, that's what they're doing.
It's been selling a shitload. And plus, they offering what the PS4 Pro or the standard PS4 don't offer is Ultra 4K Blu-ray. So that was a smart move on Microsoft. But as gamers, like we want games, we want brand new games. But this system not only caters towards the gamers, it caters towards the casual audience. It caters towards the movie watcher. It caters towards a lot of people. That's the good thing I can say about this console. But as far as getting like new games, like that's what I want. We want a lot more games than what we know that we're going to get next year.
So with the Scorpion right around the corner, okay. Now, is third party really going to take advantage of the Scorpion over the PlayStation Pro? Because that's a really good question.
And that's remains to be seen right now.
Like I know Microsoft said that they're going to take full advantage of the Scorpio, like native 4K and 60 frames per second. They did. I'm not sure if they said 60 frames per second, but they did say it's going to be native 4K on all their exclusives. But the problem is, what exclusives? Because that's why we have an issue right now. That's why we're talking about because they're lacking of exclusives. So I don't want to get excited over a piece of machine that's going to have native 4K on their exclusives, but we were complaining, the fact that they don't have many. So, all I can say is time will tell, and whenever E3 comes around, and if we don't get enough software that's coming out for the Scorpio, then I'm just sticking with my Xbox One S, man. I don't want to keep buying all this hardware and buying a 4K TV just to play the same shit, just to play third-party games. I'm sorry, man. That's just how I feel about it. So is that everybody on this?
I haven't spoken yet, but
oh yeah, go ahead, man. I'm sorry, I was just talking. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, sister. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, we know the power that the Scorpio had. We basically covered that part, but my thing is the cost. I mean, yeah, we always get different costs. It's gonna be 500. It's gonna be stuff like that. I mean, yeah, because we don't want to see another repeat of the launch because we know how that turned out. And this time, with Killer Phil, I mean, yeah, I'm sure he has a good idea behind that and stuff like that. But anyways, as far as that goes, like the online and then stuff like that, is like some of those games gonna run 30 frames per second online? I was like, no, but I hope not.
It will. It definitely will.
Of
But
course,
then,
it's like with the
PlayStation games, like, didn't they have the advantage? Like, it was one game that they had the advantage on the frame rates. I forgot what it
I
was.
think it was Battlefield.
It was Battlefield.
I think so.
Was that the only game that had the difference in frame rates?
Yeah,
Was it the
because
only
it's
one?
supposed to be capped. Like Sony mandated that, but I guess they forgot.
Oh, yeah, that kind of pissed me off.
Yeah,
too,
see,
because-
that's what I don't like about either one. Is like, why is the online gonna be 30 frames per second? You're supposed to be have all that horsepower.
Online's supposed to be where you're supposed to have 60 frames per second online. That's even more important than having it in story mode.
Right. I mean, I don't mind the 30. I mean, in the story mode, 30 frames. I don't mind that, but as
But
far
60,
as
that's competitive. You need to have very, maxed
60.
out.
Yeah, it's like 60 is like, you have anything less than 60 on multiplayer, that's unacceptable.
Yep.
See, I hate to say it, but okay, I'm lying. I don't hate to say this at all. But months ago, I told y'all so. When we were talking about the Scorpio and everybody was talking about how it was going to be amazing and compete with PCs and it was going to be a more reasonable price, I was like, ridiculous. Like, you're thinking of magical prices for technology that don't match up. At this price, I think we can all reasonably understand that it's all cracked up to be. Like, it's just gonna be okay, subpar. Like,
It's gonna be the equivalent of a mid-range PC,
exactly,
which is
like,
not a bad thing.
Yeah, like it's not a bad thing, but the way it was talked up made it sound like it was gonna be so much more. And there's still people that believe it's a lot better than what it's going to be. Like, at this point,
they're gonna get like a GTX 1080 for the price of an Xbox One S.
like, knowing what the Scorpio is now, there's really no reason to buy it over the One S. Just being completely honest with you.
One S is cheap and it offers a lot.
Yeah,
that's why it's flying off the shelves.
The only thing the Scorpio is going to do different is prettier graphics. Your frame rate's still going to be the same, especially when you're online. And
that's only if you put out for that 4K TV.
That's also true. Well, to be fair, to use the One S 4K Blu-ray player, you need a 4K TV as well.
Even though
I just think that for the price and the features, you could even go without that one with all the other
One S
features.
is the better bang for your buck.
Yeah, it is.
Even though we're kind of talking just a little bit negative on Microsoft and the lack of first-party games, but I still think it's going to sell well next year. And just the fact that they brought up the Xbox One S for a really cheap price, and it's the only console that offers that feature, the Ultra HD, Ultra 4K Blu-ray player. I still think it's going to sell really good next year.
Oh, but it's one thing, real, because
the One S is already selling well.
Yeah, here's one thing. Like, I tested it out, like on my 4K, like because I bought Deadpool the 4K player just to see how amazing it looks on 4K. Okay, I tested it out. I was like, hey man, it's like, wow, it looks good. So
so it actually does look good in 4K.
Yeah,
it does.
Really? Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I tested out Deadpool on my 4K with the on the X1. Just like
I watched Batman vs Superman in 4K. It looks good, but like, to be honest, like, I was expecting to be completely blown away. I thought the difference would be bigger than what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of like, oh, I guess this is 4K. Cool. Like, I don't know. I guess I just hyped it up more in my head than what it actually was.
But it was kind of, and like there's another thing. It's cool. Like, hey, like on your 4K, you can set that thing on that resolution to 4K, and or say like you take your system with somebody else who has 1080p. Well, it'll go back to that default, so you don't have to fool with the resolution all the time. It does it for you.
It'll change it on its own.
I don't know. All I can say is next year is going to be the year of Nintendo and Sony. I just hope Microsoft just picks it up with their software, man. Because the hardware is going to sell really good. You know, the way they market in the world. You know, if you look on TV, like it's Xbox One S commercials all the time. They marketing really well. It's selling really well. But you need to have games to back it up. You know, I'm not saying the Xbox One will get games because of course they got full third-party support. But they need their own games, their flagship type. They need more first party games. That's what they need. That's what they need, man. To separate themselves from Sony and Nintendo. That's what they need. So I just my little thoughts and opinions about it. Anybody else got something to say about this before we get to our questions? Matter of fact, questions in the chat. Y'all got any questions before we end this podcast? Questions. Anybody else got anything to say
About Scorpio?
I just whatever.
Fucking phone. I will talk when this phone stops ringing.
Questions, guys. Come on. There's 18 y'all. There's 18 y'all here. Come on. Y'all got some questions.
Got to give it a few minutes. It's like a 4-minute delay.
4-minute delay. Hey, it's kind of crazy. I had like 32 people watching, and after we talked about the fuckboy, it dropped.
It is. And they're here for fuckboy.
It's funny because we were talking about that off screen earlier. You remember?
Yep.
Oh man,
No, I was saying on screen. Like these people want to watch drama. When drama's over, they go someplace else.
Oh, they're not talking about football no more. I'm leaving.
Oh, they're talking about games. I'm out.
I gotta go find an emergency podcast.
Emergency podcast. Here's a question from Lewis Tiger, Real Gamer. Do you like big booty bitches?
Oh my god. I'm not gonna answer that because my wife just got home.
Yeah, let's keep you out of divorce court.
Yeah. I'm not gonna answer that.
Oh, there you go, Lewis. I tried.
Plead the fifth.
Yeah, but as far as the Scorpio goes, like I think people need to just
Okay,
like,
here's a good one.
I don't know how to phrase this. Don't expect something like too much out of it because just expect a PS4 Pro but slightly better.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. Would development budget for the Switch be higher because there has to be 2 graphical modes for the Switch? The answer to that, I think, is actually no, because that's the whole point of the Switch.
It's not 2 graphical modes. It's just turning up the resolution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The actual
it's
graphics.
the same. It's the same.
Yeah, same graphic settings, just higher resolution. It's just scaling.
It's just a scaling, yeah. Like I don't know if you guys know, but a lot of tablets and phones can actually do that for certain games. Like you can go in like the settings when you're playing like little mobile games and stuff and upscale it. So it's the same concept. On top of that, if the rumor's true about being able to overclock it, the way that overclocking works,
we didn't even talk about that.
You don't necessarily just have to do it with the CPU, but you can do it with the GPU too. So if they overclock the GPU by a bit, that would actually help upscale it as well. And since they were talking about using like NVIDIA, and NVIDIA's known chips are made so you can overclock it without messing up your systems, it makes sense theoretically how it would work.
Yeah, they just need they just generate more heat, which is why the dock has an extra fan in it, which will keep the temps down so you can actually overclock it to reach 1080p on your television.
Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. I got a question from Matthew Pipes. Do y'all think Microsoft and Sony first party titles can compete with No, hell no.
No, they can't. Everybody knows it. Like
Nintendo
has the best first party lineup. Period. Phil Spencer says it. Yoshida would probably say it if you asked him. It's just fact.
Like this, Sony got Uncharted and The Last of Us, and God of War, really great franchises. but can they compete with Smash Brothers, Mario
No.
Kart?
No.
Can they compete with a Mario 3D game? Can they compete with the Legend of Zelda? Can they even compete with Mario Party? Can they compete with freaking Metro? Can they compete with that? Maybe they could compete with Metro and Star Fox.
Metroid only sells like 1 million. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, so can they compete with Zelda or Smash Brothers or Mario Kart or 3D Mario? Can they compete with them?
Mario Kart outsold Halo 5 and Uncharted 4 combined.
Yep.
Damn.
Just think of the Wii. Think of Mario Kart Wii and look at those sales and come back and, and ask that question again. 30 million, dude.
Yeah, here's another question from EJ. It's what do you think of Capcom interested in bringing back past franchises?
I think they're full of shit. They've been saying this for years. They keep asking us. We keep
Shut up,
telling them.
Nick. I need this. I want my Mega Man. Shut your damn whore mouth.
Hey, I want the original Devil May Cry back.
No, see, that's my point. We tell them. They ask us, what games do you want to bring back? We fucking tell them. And where are they? They just, why are they asking us? They fucking
now
ignore
they're
us.
desperate and they're
On
dying.
Mega Man.
Onimusha, Mega Man, Dino Crisis.
If I can get, they showed us Mega Man X in that fucking Capcom versus Marvel game. I want my Mega Man X. That's what I want. That's the only thing I want from them. Everything else they make is garbage in comparison to Mega Man.
Nobody wants Onimusha?
I do. Onimusha and the original Devil May Cry.
No love for Dino Crisis?
Yeah, we could list off every fucking.
The second game I loved. The third game was trash.
No, the third game sucks.
Street Fighter, Marvel's Capcom, and Resident Evil. That's all they're fucking doing these days.
That's
Oh,
all
we
we
had
Monster
Monster
Hunter Crisis in years, dude. The last Dino
Hunter.
Crisis was the PS1.
You know, I'm surprised.
It's awesome.
This is the first podcast we've had in a few weeks where we mentioned Capcom and somebody didn't make a Mega Man Legends 3 joke.
I don't even think I want a Legends 3 at this point. They'd probably make it terrible.
They're not going to make it because Capcom wouldn't fund it and they still own the rights to Mega Man and the person who worked on Mega Man left. So
KJ Inafune.
They're not planning to make
You
another.
can't trust his ass anymore. He's a con artist.
Mighty number 9 failure.
That's the Mighty number 9 guy. He's trash.
And what was that comment that
What
pissed
was
off
the other Capcom one that was great?
Didn't he say that it was better than nothing? Is that what he said? Remember that?
Yeah, better than nothing.
Yeah, he did say that.
Oh man, that pissed off a lot of people.
As it should, because that was very disrespectful to your customers.
What a thing to say.
I can't believe you said that shit.
I actually had to apologize for Capcom on that one, as much as I hate to admit it. It's like maybe they're right about this guy.
Yeah. I'm just I don't know, man. They need to fix that shit. Like, with the Marvel vs. Capcom. I want my X-Men characters, man. I'm sorry.
I want the 3-on-3 back. I mean, screw that 2-on-2.
I want my 3-on-3 as well. I want my
Marvel vs. Capcom 2, that's what started going forward, but now Infinite's taking too many steps back.
Less content, less competitive.
Yeah. You got using Infinity Stones and stuff like that, like and using assist characters.
Oh, yeah, people are excited about Marvel's Capcom Ultimate because now they finally have a fighting game they can be good at again.
Damn.
And they took out the Juggernaut. How you gonna take the realest nigga out of fighting game?
How
Like
you gonna take out
Juggernaut
the Juggernaut, bitch?
Yo, like Juggernaut was so raw, he'll backhand you and you lose like 25% of your HP. Like
Juggernaut head crush.
all his specials were like mad regular attacks that did mad damage.
I mean, think about he's all swole up. I mean, just how huge he is. I mean, even the Hulk looks small. Come on, it's Sprite.
Like, yeah, he take as much as off as Zangief on Street Fighter. Like when he body slam you, like, god damn, one body slam gets over, man. Don't let him grab you.
Right.
All right. Any more questions?
Coming for that booty.
Oh my god. All right. Do y'all think? Let me see. Do you think the reason Xbox don't host their own event because Xbox can't have enough first/third party exclusives?
Probably.
No,
they got so many other.
You know what? What bothers me about the situation is that Microsoft has more money than Sony and Nintendo combined. They got hundreds of billions of dollars, and what are they doing? That's what I'm saying.
Not doing much with it.
They're making consoles.
Yeah, the hardware. That's where the money's going to.
They got the money to do what the hell they want to, and I just don't understand why are they not buying more first party IPs? What's going on?
I don't know. Like they could literally just purchase studios and make them make games for them.
Yeah, honestly, they could probably buy Naughty Dog if they want to. I'm just being honest.
They should have bought
What's going on?
Insomniac and then make them make games.
Oh yeah, they are a good developer. They
They
are.
are.
I didn't know who the hell they was until I played Sunset Overdrive, and I was like, man, this is good. I like this. Then whenever I play Ratchet and Clank, I was like, man, I really like this game. Like, who's this from? It's a Insomniac. Oh, really? Like, this game looks so good, man. They make some really good games. And looking at the Spider-Man trailer for the PS4,
Spider-Man game looks so good.
that game looks so good. And plus, Insomniac is a part of that. They are a credible developer, and they had not failed me once this generation. I'm 100% sold on this game. So Insomniac is a really good developing team. People they got to they need to freaking support their games, man. Sunset Overdrive did not sell as it's supposed to sell.
I'm kind of hoping they were gonna release Sunset Overdrive on PC, and then
it's bad enough you got all these fuckboy fanboys. I mean, talking all this smack, but they don't support the games and don't even touch them.
Yep.
You got these fucking fuckboys who don't play the game, but they'll review it, give it a 10, and then they cry when a reviewer like IGN will give an Xbox game an 8, and they just tell people don't listen to reviews, just run out and buy the game, but they themselves don't buy the game.
Yep.
Oh wait, here's a follow-up. Matthew Pye says, why do diehard Sony and Microsoft fans call Nintendo games kiddie, but I don't want their games on their console of choice?
Why do diehard Sony?
Sony got games that cater towards kids, like I said a while ago.
Like, you can't look at Knack and say
Ratchet and Clank.
Kitty.
You got Knack 2. We didn't mention Knack 2 a while ago. Knack, you got Knack and Little Big Planet and Ratchet and Clank.
Like, that's the thing that annoys me. Like, nobody asked for Knack 2, but Sony's still giving it to their fans. Like, where the hell is Rise 2? Where the hell is Sunset Overdrive 2?
I don't know.
I don't even know what Knack is. It sounds like a mosquito.
It's some shitty game Sony said.
It was their launch title.
It was a PS4 launch game.
It sold well
That sounds
too.
embarrassing.
It sold well. That's why they make another one, because it sold. They obviously made.
But the second one looks a lot better, and it's gonna have co-op this time.
Huh. Well, hopefully it'll do better. If it has co-op and it looks better and plays better, then maybe it was the right choice. Because a lot of times, a lot of games, the franchise don't really start that well, and the sequels always be better. We could talk about Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed was better.
Yeah,
Watch
Uncharted was like that too.
Watch Dogs 2 was better than Watch Dogs 1. Uncharted 2 was better than Uncharted 1.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I want to answer Matt's question real quick. As far as the whole calling Nintendo kiddie, I think it's the fact that most people don't know how to explain themselves, so they come off wrong with their opinions. Like, perfect example, people can watch like different animes and they'll say the animation is bad when what they really mean is that they don't like the particular art style, not necessarily the animation. So I think it's one of those things where people like Nintendo games, but they call Nintendo kiddie not necessarily because of their games, but the concept of babying their fan base. Like, having terrible internet, not being able to have voice chat, banned for talking trash and competitive PvP gaming. Like, that's a childish community when you force adults to live by those rules. And I think instead of just trying to explain it like that, people just say their games are trash because it's less work and they don't have to explain themselves.
mm-hmm. There's a question from EJ. What features do you want for next Mario Party? Online.
Online chat, yeah.
Like that. That's why That's why a lot of people didn't buy the last Mario Party, because like a lot of people. It was
unacceptable on the Wii U to not have multiplayer for that one.
Yeah, like Nintendo, they need to give it the program. I think that they're going to fix a lot of these mistakes that they did with the Wii U. I think.
Well, have you seen the marketing they've been doing? Like, it's way better. Did you see the commercial they made for that Mario running game for the cell phone? Like, that's a good commercial.
Yeah, it was pretty solid.
Right. But there's another point, before you get to the next question, like when you mentioned Assassin's Creed, at the SEO collection that they released a month ago.
Oh, it's
funny. Yeah. The thing is, like, the PS4 version was the better version than the Xbox One version. Even though I think both of them sold like a movie, you get a free movie ticket with it.
Oh, really?
I heard about that.
Like that remaster was a shit remaster. They did a bad job. That game deserved better. Like, the Ezio collection is what made Assassin's Creed famous, and like they give it a half-ass remaster. Yeah, they didn't fix any of the problems, and it wasn't even like a actual remaster, just like a port. Terrible.
That's it's another wrong with this gen. It just instead of remaster, you get terrible ports on some of them.
They can't even do it right.
These devs are so
Yeah,
late.
like I mean, Marvel Ultimate Alliance. That was another prime example of a terrible port, and would sell it for $60.
It's
Well,
crazy.
keep in mind with Ubisoft, they're the company that somehow managed to ruin Tetris. Or
That's
Tetris.
true. They did.
There's
ruin
another
Tetris.
question. I'm trying to remember because I've got somebody in the chat said we've been ignoring his questions. Mr. Arfrin, what question are you talking about? We try not to forget anybody. If I got a question, let me know. I'll ignore nobody's question.
I didn't see his question.
Neither did I.
Oh wait,
Just,
what GameCube games do you want on the virtual console?
Oh,
Eternal Darkness.
All of them.
Skies
Yep.
of Arcadia Legends.
Oh, Star
Yes.
Wars Rogue Leader.
Let's see what else.
I already announced Melee and what else? Luigi's Mansion and Sunshine.
I'd actually get Melee because I miss wave dashing. Like, I know a lot of people for Smash 4 be like, oh, well, with all the new mechanics and stuff and the way the competitive game is now, you don't need wave dashing. And I gotta say, I disagree because the way Smash is now, you can't really have a fair chance of winning as bigger characters. And wave dashing gave them a little more speed and like utility with their movements. So you actually had a better chance of winning when you were bulkier characters like, say, DK or Bowser. And that took that away from them. Like, and Melee, there was a dude competitively that used to destroy people as Ganon, but because Ganon is slow and there's no wave dashing in Smash 4, he really can't do much with him because he's so much slower than everyone else.
Yeah, he's really slow.
Mm-hmm.
But I rebought Melee for the GameCube yesterday.
$60.
Yep.
Oh,
I know.
jeez.
That's how
Got
much it costs. I'm at.
So I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna pay like a lot more for this game than it should be, but whatever. I'd like,
You could have bought it on the Switch Virtual Console for probably $10, $15.
and I'll probably do that too, but I don't know.
Well, it's gonna be worth a lot more money if you just keep it. That's why it costs a lot right now.
Mm.
Shit, if you think that's too
My
much,
first two copies disappeared on me. Like, I had the game originally that disappeared, and I bought it again before it became like impossible to find. And then I lost it again. Somebody stole it or some shit.
yeah.
And I finally found it again. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna like lock this in a case. I'm gonna buy a safe just to put this in there so no fucking steal it from me.
I guess that about wraps it up, man. I guess I have some more questions right now. I don't see nobody else giving us questions, so I guess that's about it, guys. What's up? What's up? Oh, thank you.
If
Oh, yeah, I guess
Nintendo
about-
made a brand new F-Zero with new tracks, added speed boosted, new characters, and online multiplayer, do you all think it will sell like hotcakes?
As long as they don't pull that shit like they do with the GameCube version.
I would say yes, because a lot of people want a F-Zero game after enjoying Falcon so much in Smash Brothers. Like, I know some people in the chat don't agree, but Smash Brothers do sell a lot of games for Nintendo. Like,
Of course, it
people
does.
fall in
That's
love with
why-
characters from Smash Bros. And then they decide to like buy these other games. And ever
That's
since
why Fire Emblem became so popular.
Exactly, like there's people that try to deny that, but yeah, like ever since he's been really popular in Smash Bros, people have been demanding F-Zero, so they will buy it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Like, there's not that many racing games on Nintendo anyways, so.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of Mario Kart, yeah.
Yeah, Mario Kart's. Well, I think Mario Kart's the better franchise, but that's just me.
Honestly, I miss Diddy Kong Racing only because Diddy Kong Racing had a story mode, and I thought that was cool.
Hmm.
Like they can both coexist because
But
Mario
who owns that? Does Nintendo own that one?
is rare.
It's rare, right? So
Mhm.
Microsoft could make that then.
Exactly.
But I don't. They couldn't have Diddy in it because
Well, yeah,
owns
that's
Diddy.
That's Nintendo's property.
So they would have to take
Ah.
Diddy Kong out and just have everyone else.
Be like
Yeah.
Diddy Kong Racing 2 and Conker is the leader, and he's trying to save Diddy from
Yeah,
Nintendo.
well, they could just make it Conker's Racing.
That's true too.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'm about to wrap it up, guys. We passed over 2 hours, man. We talked. Actually, I'm surprised we talked about all these subjects, man. We talked about I think we talked about 4 different subjects today, and we got on top like a million times, and we still hit the 2 hour mark, man.
Right.
Nice.
So yeah, man, it's a good podcast. Talk about some fuck boys. Talk about fanboys getting pissed off over other gamers' happiness and some Nintendo, some Microsoft. We talk about everybody, man. We try to keep up with all the gaming news and what we here for, man. We just some real gamers, some chill gamers, and like hanging out with y'all guys. No, Mr. 100 couldn't be here tonight. He's watching his Raiders. He's watching his Raiders. I forgot who they're playing, but they're doing a really good job this year. I'm really
playing the Chiefs.
Oh, that's gonna be a good game. Yeah, so yeah, he's watching his Raiders tonight. So I understand him. He lives in California. He's a Raider fan. So yeah, man, it was a good podcast. I really appreciate y'all support, and gonna do it again next Thursday. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell and stay up to date. Hit the notification bar. If you're not following me on Google Plus, please do so. Twitter. The link is in the description below. Subscribe to all these guys that's in this chat, in this podcast, because their channels is in my link in the description below. Share this video, share this podcast, and just like I say, man, my podcast is a really good show, man. We always have fun. We keep it entertaining. We keep it interesting. So, like I say, man, be back same time next week at 7:30 my time, 7:30 Central Time. And I guess after that, it's gonna go to our outro. Start with you, Alex.
All right, what's going on, everyone? Active sitting here, and this was another week of Real Talk with the Real Gamer. I'm surprised we got through all those topics so quickly. That was a good show. We talked about some fuckboys. We even squeezed in some Nintendo fuckboys, which was a nice little bonus. So if you're a Wii U weirdo trying to shit on everyone's parade for being excited for the Switch, go fuck yourself. And if you are an Xbox fanboy who is mad that Sony's giving games to the PS4, go fuck yourself, get mad at Phil. And if you're a Sony guy bragging about sales, whatever, keep bragging, I guess.
they got more games coming out.
They got more games. They finally have games coming, so it's time for them to be excited. Finally, they can finally be excited for games instead of sales. That's what I meant to say.
Isn't that terrifying when you think about it, though, conceptually? I mean, they've been leading in sales while they've been ridiculously dry on
for
games.
3 years straight.
And now they actually have games. Like, what is their market value going to be after this?
It's going to be absurd.
You're right.
What else was I gonna say? I guess that's it. I forgot the rest, anyways. But yeah, that's it.
I appreciate you.
What happened? Did he drop out again?
I don't know. I heard like a half a clap and then Patrick.
Yeah, I heard half a clap. That
I heard like what the
Yeah,
hell?
okay.
Like a little chant in the background.
Oh, he almost lasted the whole podcast this time. So why don't you go next, Nick?
Take my turn. This is Nick from Game Nick Incorporated. Shit happened this week and we talked about it.
Oh yeah. All right, Retro.
What's up, YouTube? Retro Bro here. Had a lot of fun tonight. Also, for those of you that have Sun and Moon, just hit me up on Twitter at Ron Retro Bro, and we can get some battles going. My teams are finally finished.
Oh shit. All right, and Sinister.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Sinister Tar here. Enjoyed another great time with the brothers in arms, and it's been fun talking about fuck boys and stuff like that. But
all right, and it's your boy Real Gamer. Sega's the best. Sega will never die. Sega's in my heart forever. Sega's the greatest of all time. I love Sony now. Fuck Microsoft. Nintendo, we're coming back, baby, and we're out.
Why his real voice sound like Little Milton?
Whatever. Yeah, my computer just crashed on me again. I'm on my phone, man. I'm getting another computer next week before we do our next podcast, man. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Time to send that thing out to pasture, yo.
Terrible, man.
I think I'm gonna give it the old yeller treatment.
You gotta film yourself destroying your computer with your Wii U as a sledgehammer, and then.
So right now I'm waiting to boot up because I can't even stop the broadcast until I get my computer boot up. So yeah, I got like another couple of minutes.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
That's struggling.
The struggle is real.
Like the third week in a row when we was basically ending the podcast and my computer crashed on me.
Yeah. Usually it happens halfway through, so this time it made it all the way to the end. That's nice.
I thought it was gonna actually act right this time, but nah. I'm getting this. I'm getting this. As soon as I get my check, I'm getting this shit fixed, man. I'm gonna get it fixed. And I'm gonna get a new one.
Hey, check out
I'm gonna just keep
tigerdirect.com.
this as a backup.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Tiger
get a new one.
Direct is good. Newegg is good if you want to buy a computer.
Yeah, definitely those two.
And if you want something high end, I would suggest CyberPower PC. They make some really good
you can build your own PC on that website. They'll even put it together for you and ship it to you.
And if you do a survey with them, you get a free headset.
Yep.
And a free mouse. It's really
really?
Sweet.
Some good deals.
Yeah, there we go. It just boot up.
That's a long boot.
Stupid.
Oh,
Yeah, you
JJ got your.
That's why I had
He
to
said
get
your
webcam
PC
lately
work like
because my computer's been
Sega.
You can change your boot sound to Sega when it turns on.
see, I told you know what was that you asked me? You was like what was that question you asked me earlier today about Sega? What you say? It was something smart that you said. I made a comment on your channel, son. You remember?
Oh yeah. So when are you gonna stop talking about Sega? Oh no, when are you gonna finally admit Sega's dead?
Talking about it. As soon as you stop trolling me about Sega, I will stop talking about it.
That reminds
so I
me.
guess
They
that's
confirmed
never, right?
the
That's
Switch
never.
isn't going to be legal, like region locked, right?
What is?
The Switch. They said it's not going to be region locked this go round, right?
Right.
Yo, Alex, you
that's what
might have to send me that link for the Switches that y'all got on pre-order.
It's in store.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go ahead and order it now. I can just get it with my credit card.
No, I mean you have to go to the store to do it.
Oh crap! They don't mail it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're out of luck, Retro.
I was about to order that thing early.
I got mine pre-ordered.
Almost there, man. Almost there. I know we still got 50 people watching, even though we supposed to been off air. I bet they're in the chat trolling me, ain't they?
They get
Peasant trees.
Laughing at your
Peasant tree
computer.
computer.
Peasant ass
They
computer.
laughing at me. I know they're laughing at me.
I said, yeah, they're laughing at the rich gamer.
Nah, I ain't rich. I'm broke as a joke, dude.
Yeah, but
I'm broke.
that's why we hadn't seen your alter ego.
The rich gamer. 27.
I'm the rich gamer, 27 peasants. Yeah.
We all about to be broke with Christmas and everything going on.
Now I'm back on my computer. So all 15 y'all people that's watching, I really apologize for the technical difficulties. I'm next week fixed. So hanging there with me, and I really appreciate y'all for stopping by, and y'all take it easy. Peace out.